The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to 16 Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 23 of the Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to collecting movies, TV, pop culture, all of that kind of stuff. We have got, not just myself, we've got Ian, aka Agent Silverfox. We have, I'm not sure which mic this is, but you know, it could be the lover of licorice, or it could be the lover of stabbing Jamie Lee Curtis. We have also got Jose here. We have got, I don't even know how to introduce the Prince of Wales, apparently. We've got Trevor, 16 Shooter. You're all very welcome here. Some of the cast of Thor, Love and Thunder. I mean, come on. We've really... I always knew you were the GOAT, Phil, but like, you know... yeah, now it's confirmed. Now it's confirmed. It's kind of, I'm not sure. Is it like the Prince of Wales, some of the goats from Thor, Love and Thunder, or like some sort of like satanic Swedish death metal? Yeah, there we go. So it's option 3. It's option 3. Brilliant. Thanks very much for being with us. Your goat ship, folks. How are you doing? You looking forward to the Halloween night tomorrow night? I know Mike is.
Yeah, for sure.
How was your day, Ian?
It's all the much better for seeing Phil there, the Prince of Wales. Feeling a bit perky now.
That does it for you, does it?
Yeah, as a Scotsman. Yeah.
Don't stand up, Ian.
Oh,
I will. You do know that there's a Scottish beer called the Sheepshagger.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
not.
Don't you have a hot sauce as
Celebrating
well?
it.
There's so many inappropriate jokes that I have in my head, but I'm going to keep it PG-13. Oh my God. So tempted. Fuck it, I have to. What does it taste like? I just can't. Right. All right. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. Trevor, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I wonder how long. Do you want to take bets in the chat? How long will Phil go with the mask on? Like that'll be.
It's got a little breathing room underneath there. I think it can go the whole way.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Keith
it's back to my nose. It gets a little hot in there.
Keith says, "I'm really hoping Phil wears that for the whole night." That's interesting.
Oh gosh.
yeah, that'd be good. All right, we got a good show. We got a pretty packed show here. We got some developments during the day. We got some 2 announcements during the week. I think a lot of us are going to be excited about. We're obviously going to talk about our horror movies recommendations. Everyone's going to get a recommendation from everyone on the panel. Not necessarily their favorite movie or classic. They might recommend them, or they could give maybe an unsung hero or something like that. Look, we'll address the chat really, really quickly, and then we'll get into housekeeping, get stuck into this because we got a packed show for you. We got Tragedy Tales in the house. We also got 12-inch Moose Stream. Of course, we've got Ian, aka Agent Silverfox, warming up the crowd. We got T. Ria from the Netherlands. We've got Phil, of course, here, the GOAT himself. We got Keith, the 6-scale Padawan. Boba Fettuccini is here as well. Who else am I seeing? Loco Lou is saying, what's pop? I totally made. This is why I don't say this. You see, what's poppin', people? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So great to see you in here, Loco Lou. We got Ryan Smith, Tragedy Tales. Mike Fell is here as well. What's after happening there? Did I just hide something? There we go. Oh no, I see. I got it. Okay, there we go. Uncarded reviews. Who else do we have? We got Thalia Meyer from Germany. X-Man Supreme, channel member. Thank you very much for being here. We got Kenneth Jones. Who else do we have here? Judy. I mentioned Judy already. I believe Copper is here as well. Draw the Line 35. Listening on my drive home. Thank you very much. Judy giving a direct order to hit the like button. Very much appreciated. And of course, pinned into the chat as usual, there is a pardon me, there is a link to join channel memberships if that floats your boat, if you're interested in additional perks and all that. Right, so what are we going to be doing? Massive thank you today. We had a milestone, 2,600, which means we are only 400 away from another milestone. See Keats in the chat here as well. We got Blitz 0065 in the chat as well. Excellent stuff. Ian, who's on the panel, Agent Silver Fox, very, very kindly donated a brand new inbox. Civil War Winter Soldier, one of the better Winter Soldiers. We're 400 subs away from giving that out on one of the episodes of the Hope Show Live, so stay tuned. I've already given the answer in multiple streams. I might mention it again tonight, so there will be a question as soon as we hit 3,000 on the Hope Show. We will ask a question and be the quickest off the marks. And Ian is very, very kindly not only dedicated the figure, but also is going to pay for shipping on that. So that's massively appreciated. Thank you for keeping the lights on to the commanders and the troopers, the different members. Right, let's have a look at the troopers here. Thank you very much to Jim the Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Neil Horrific, Mug Wump, Mike, who is here, Mike Myers, Payton 23, Shooty, who's in the house, Bendu Windu, and Ryan Smith. I believe I saw Ryan Smith as well. Also, the commanders saw Tragedy Tales already there. Alan, who couldn't make it tonight, but hopefully next week, the 6-scale gallery. X-Man Supreme was in the chat. 12-inch Moose Dream was in the chat as well. Philip the Fool. Keith, the 6-scale Padawan, who's in the chat as well. Mark Mitchell. William Owens. Brandon Salad. And Phil, the GOAT himself, collecting weekly. And Boba Fettuccini, who I do believe I saw in the chat. New videos. Thoughts on Thrawn, Prey, INART. The story so far, that's just a timeline outlining their major announcements, showcases, releases, and things they put up for prototype and stuff like that. This is what we're going to be talking about. So if this sounds boring, you know where the door is. I don't want to hold you hostage. I like to kind of tell you this is to kind of outline the stream. This is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to discuss new figures in or new figures out. We're going to discuss the tease for the Baba Yaga. Very, very appropriate, seeing as it's the eve of Halloween. We're going to all give our picks on our horror panel picks, basically movies that we'd recommend, horror movies we recommend. We're going to talk about Thrawn. We're going to play a game called Would You Rather. Don't worry, it's cleaner than what you're thinking. We're going to discuss the Feral Predator, and then seeing as it is Halloween, we're going to talk about some graveyard figures, some figures that were teased, that were prototyped, but never made it to the pre-order announcement stage. All right, I'm going to stop talking now. Folks, new in, new out. Anyone to jump in here?
Yeah, I got some. Would anybody mind if I have a cigar? Shane, do you mind?
Nope, not at all, man. Not at all.
Thank you. All right, so
Nice setup. Nice setup.
thank you.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. I can't really see you anyway, so we just see this silhouette, which I believe is suiting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's
Literally
okay. It
are the
actually
shape.
works very well. It works
I'm the
very
shape.
well. That you're
Dramatic.
back there. Yeah.
You're literally the shape.
Yeah, I got a couple stormtroopers and a scout trooper. So
Nice
trooper week for me. Yeah,
stuff.
pretty exciting.
Excellent stuff. What stormtroopers did you get?
The ones that are up now, the commander with the pauldron. What is that?
Someone's getting a phone call?
Sorry,
Maybe-
guys.
maybe-
It's my laptop. It's connected to the phone.
problem.
Sorry about that.
No
So sorry
problem.
about
No
that.
problem. Sorry, what were you saying, Mike?
Oh, just the commander ones with the orange pauldron that Sideshow has up right now. So
The Stormtrooper Commander.
Yeah. I got him a while ago with the whatever that promo was like.
This one here.
Yep.
Yeah, I
You're
like to keep
giving
all
it
my
the old-
figures at arm's length.
Yeah, that's very convenient.
Yeah.
And a scout trooper.
That one that you mentioned, that one there, obviously great figures as well, but that Stormtrooper Commander, because I use it as my channel logo, it's him basically about to end Baby Grogu, essentially. I've seen on Etsy you can get those pauldrons for, full one-to-one pauldrons for like cosplay. And the E22 blaster is my favorite blaster, and I'd love to do a shore trooper at one stage. So I reckon I might get a 3D printed one of them and then sand it and paint it myself, and then recreate the actual channel logo. I thought that'd be pretty cool as well. Like,
That'd be really cool.
I could troop as a commander as opposed to just a regular stormtrooper. So you got some troopers in, excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to chime in?
I got the Electro. He came in a few days ago. Really nice figure. Head sculpt is really, really cool. I want to add the electric effect on his face, but then it's like so good. So it's like, should I not? Then I'm afraid that if I leave it too long, it might mess with the head sculpt. So right now, I just have him as is, and that's one figure. I think you definitely have to have him in a flight. Doing with the electricity. I thought that might look a little cheap, but it actually looks pretty cool. So with the electricity and then in a flight pose, doing his thing. That's how you have to have him posed.
Absolutely. Yeah. So have you gone? So that's Electro. Or have you? You're going Doc Ock. Are you getting the big three?
Yes. I actually have. I'm kind of doing my own Sinister Six, but I already have. I have Electro. I have Doc Ock on order. I had to push that one. Remember, it hit me that 1 week where I got like 3 notices. So I put them on a payment plan. So I got Doc Ock on order. I got Hobo Goblin on order. And then so I have Andrew Spidey already. I have Electro. And then I have the third-party Lizard, which I really like. And then I have Carnage and Venom, which could be part of the Sinister Six and not be their own thing. So we'll see.
You've gone deep into No Way Home, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you're
not wrong. You're not wrong, man. I can see that. I think it's one of the I think it's one of the best MCU movies, and it still holds up. And yeah, every time I watch it, it's like, yeah, this is why I like this. Like, So that end scene in the coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's it's a throat clearer every single time. I'm just like, I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah.
Quick question. Do you think if they bring her back, it diminishes that scene for you?
No. I think what's going to happen is they're going to introduce Miles, and they'll also introduce a Gwen, and there might be a love triangle, and he'll almost forget about her. I do think he's going to end up with her in the end, but that could be like another 2-3 movies down the line. I do think they'll tie that up right. My hope for the MCU now is the Tom Holland storyline, and hopefully them doing Deadpool 3 correctly. Yeah, maybe bring in the X-Men properly, maybe. It's not looking good.
We'll see.
Yeah, they need some sort of reset or something. But excellent stuff. Thanks very much for sharing, Jose and Mike. Ian?
Me? I've not been on for 2 weeks, so yeah, I got...
Get comfortable, folks. Get comfortable. Pour yourself a nice dry martini. Man, I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you have that one now. Doesn't get any more iconic than that.
Very nice.
Excellent stuff.
2 weeks ago, so it's not in the Modular case yet because I'm waiting on my shipping notice for next Modular case shipment. I'm a big Iron Man fan, and I used to have the Midas plastic version, and I got this from reviews from Rich, and because I love the Mark 7, but I wanted Mark 21.
Ian, I'm going to put you on the spot here because you look like you look like you're literally about to give an Oscar speech. Who would you thank? you literally do look like.
Thank the Academy.
I'd like to thank
Toys Wonderland,
the Diverse Academy.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
I got Andrew in as well, Spider-Man 2 or No Way Home, whatever way you want to look at it. Last week as well, because I wasn't on, I've got from Sebastian in France, Customs Diorama, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and these are awesome, but I want that to be a centre stage for me. I'm going to show something that's real wood, real sand. This guy's a true artist. I think we need to showcase him. Oh, yeah. Mike, Jonathan, whatever you are. Mike. But yeah, see when you see it, it is amazing.
That's good stuff.
Really
Excellent.
awesome. But,
So you've had a busy 2 weeks then.
oh yeah, work. So yeah, work's been crazy, but yeah, these are great. The Midas was an unexpected pickup. I was always going to get it back again in the die cast, but it's a great figure. So,
But in fairness, your performance was breathtaking. Like, you deserve that. You deserve that, mate.
Totally.
Trevor, what about yourself? Have you been a good boy or a bad boy? Have you got any gifts for yourself?
Well, I haven't been a bad boy, but I'm in week 6, 7, 8 of not receiving my Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman from you know where. So yeah.
Voldemort.
Other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
Man.
The
Light
story
week.
continues. Stay tuned
Yep.
next week when we discuss the 9th week in a row when Trevor has not received his.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
Trevor.
We're not laughing at you,
I think
Trevor.
that's,
No, we're not
I think that's
laughing
going to
at you.
carry into the next year, honestly, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
beyond.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Have you
And,
have you thought about just canceling it or doing like a chargeback on that?
You know what? I canceled something else, and they gave me store credit, of course. And I told them I had through 2 emails. I'll make this quick. Of I don't want store credit. I have no confidence in you giving me anything that I buy with store credit, because one of the things I've been waiting for months now was bought on store credit. So like, I don't want to deal with it. And they're like, well, we'll give you store credit. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take the store credit. I'll get something that I know has got to be in stock. I don't know what that's going to be, but whatever. But I just don't want to do it again. It's kind of the principle of the thing. So I'm either going to go through and try and cancel it, through the card, or just I don't know.
You gotta be careful.
You got to
with
see
cards,
this chain of
right?
emails that have been going back and forth is unbelievable. It's just ridiculous. But yeah,
Because you have to.
Would,
Have
would
like
it,
a certain-
wait. Would
Yeah.
it happen to be a daisy chain? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes.
come on!
Okay.
I thought that was pretty good. Like,
that's pretty good.
if you've ordered from Toys One and you get the emails from Daisy. But
Yeah,
it's not funny if you have to
Isabel.
explain it.
Max.
She's no
sure.
longer working there.
All right.
No, but I was gonna say, isn't there like a statute of limitation or something like that, where like you have to do the chargeback within like a few months? If you don't do it then you're like
That
out
was
of
what
luck
I.
with your credit
That's
card?
what I thought, but I don't know. That's what I thought with PayPal, and we'll see. We'll find out if I fill out the paperwork. But yeah, I thought it had to be within like 3 months, which is impossible to do with a with a pre-order. I mean, when you're a year out, so
No, if you look back on Shane's show, maybe a couple of episodes ago, you'll find back that you can get chargebacks. In the UK, it's called Section 75, and I'm
Yeah.
told there's the same in the US, but it's the
Okay.
same, right? Because they're all global.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is raise it. It goes beyond their liability period. So PayPal or your credit card company standard, and then it goes to a different department. You get it back. You're totally covered. Get them now.
I got the paperwork. I've started to fill it out, so I'll probably submit that for for the other one actually. But we'll see. I don't know.
What I found here in the
Just get it
States,
done
'cause mine was linked to American Express. American Express gave me my money back right away. I didn't do anything.
American Express is great.
Yeah. But
I didn't do
the
it through American
shipping
Express.
I paid through PayPal, linked to my banking account, my checking account.
Mhm.
And I learned you don't ever want to do that. Always have it linked to a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, because you're better protected than, believe it or not, directly through your bank.
Oh yeah.
Because I called Bank of America and they told me that I would have to deal just through PayPal. They said if you had connected it to your Visa Bank of America card,
Yeah.
you would have been fine through Visa. But yeah, so anyway, that's just a little tip that I learned too late.
Yep.
But I got it back eventually. So.
Yeah, good stuff. And finally, then the goat himself, the Prince of Wales. What about this week? Is your wallet safe or
No.
no?
Sheep shagger.
The abuse. This is Attack of the Clones, yeah? Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. He's pretty
Oh,
good,
nice.
to be fair.
Interesting.
He came in
So,
and
Yeah, sure, put it up there.
yes, there he is.
And that does light up functions and all that jazz. Oh, cool! Remote control and everything. That's pretty damn cool. I like that.
I like
Ah,
that.
that's cool. As a Star Wars fan, how could you not like that? That's awesome, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great.
So was that?
Hopefully Mando Luke by the end of the week.
Good stuff. Oh, that sounds like there's a CCFL in your future.
Don't.
Oh, and I got Cad Bane on the way as well. Finally, from Pop Culture. Got
Good
Cad Bane
stuff,
on the way.
Good stuff. Excellent
Yeah,
stuff.
I forgot I wasn't here last week. I got RoboCop and C3PO. So yeah, we've all had quite a couple.
Two
weeks.
robots in the one
Yeah.
cyborg and a robot. Good stuff. That
Absolutely.
man, there's some there's a lot of like, it's not that there's just a lot of figures dropping, and when I say drop I mean releasing, but there's a lot of quality releasing. You got the Peacemaker, you know, in the last few months you got the Cad Bane, the R2, the C-3PO, the Robocop, the Mark III. Like there's a lot of wallets out there are under siege, I think, my own included. There's definitely a bit of spreading out payments and stuff like that, and delaying payments and all that kind of stuff, just to manage this stuff. Yeah, all right. So what did I do? I didn't get anything new in. My Peacemaker from Joao, I've been tracking it. It's in the Netherlands at the moment. Shout out to Joao, big brother. Very, very generously got me a Peacemaker. And my Mark III, I paid that off, so that should be shipped today or tomorrow from Line Rock. So really looking forward to those two pieces. Didn't get anything new this week. However, I did some rearranging because I'm going to shorten this really quick. For the collection tour, I kept my troopers down in the IKEA Mills, but on the living room. It was just a trooper display. And I always have that vision where that's kind of front of house, where I would really like iconic movie characters in. And I think I was telling you last week or week before that I swapped out the troopers after I did the collection tour, swapped out the troopers for like iconic movie characters. I'll show you a photo later on. But when I did that, I had like 12 troopers down there and I placed them with just 8 iconic movie characters. So like in terms of space, like then I had another like extra additional 4 spaces to fill up here. So I kind of like, for the collection tour, I had the collection arranged in a way where I had some sort of a flow or a system, and then that just completely messed me up, like, because I had to, you know, I removed 12 from downstairs, and I replaced them at 8, and then I had 12 more to go up here, and it was just like a space issue. And I had them like on different floating shelves and different details, and I was like, that's just not working. And I just came to the conclusion that troopers are better when they're all together. So I did something which I haven't done before. I do actually like this. But so what I did was, first of all, I'll show you what photo I took earlier on of the iconic movie characters display. So this is now, it's not a great picture, but that's what you get the gist of it. It's downstairs, like IKEA Mills, both those. You have these lights, they're the wireless USB lights, and you have the top, you have, you know, the DX-19, the INART Joker, and then you've got the Terminator from Terminator 1, the Robocop, you get the Mark 47 and a Spider-Man there from Homecoming, and then you got the Tony on the bottom and the Cap. Now eventually, when the Mark III comes in, the Cap is going to go back with the Endgame display up here in the floating shelves, and I'm going to swap in the Mark III. It makes sense because you have it next to Tony Stark, same movie. But then the troopers, they just looked all over the shop up here, so I'm kind of rearranging things. I have a few spaces here now after, because I've done this. There's a windowsill just to my right, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to put them there. I kind of put a few there while I was rearranging. I was like, actually, that doesn't look half bad. And then I took them all and just staggered them. So you've got a back row and a front row, and they zigzag, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave them there. I actually really like them there. I've come to the conclusion that troopers, they look best when either like flanking an officer or flanking Vader or Grand Moff, you know, or Tarkin or Gideon, or when they're all together like a line. I actually quite like this. Kind of semi-inspired from El Profesoro's module case setup, but not only do I like it, but it's actually freed up a bunch of space behind me now, because I got 3 free detopped cubes and a bunch of floating shelves here, so kind of set myself up for the next few weeks or months. So yeah, I actually quite like that. So yeah, troopers. All right, so nothing new in, but just rearranging stuff. All right, so what are we doing now? Yeah, we got to talk about the Baba Yaga. I'm just going to flick through some of the chat, and whoever wants to jump in and give your thoughts on this today. Sorry, folks, I need to get that message away. Oh, yeah. Hello. No, it's not. It's Mark. It's nothing too saucy. He's soon to be in the 501st. But yeah, folks, the Baba Yaga. So we got a tease. This is the second time I believe they've done this backstage icon. Is this just like their way of saying this is a preview? Because we thought backstage was a line when they did this before and teased an image of Anakin.
It's like when they're doing like an update on something. Like they're showing you a behind the scenes that they don't usually do. right? So they
Yeah.
call it backstage. I think that they did that something similar when they did the
Anakin.
update on Wanda or on Anakin
Right.
too. With
Like a work
They did
in
it on-
progress or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Mhm.
They did it on Anakin, and I thought maybe it was a new line. But then
Yeah.
the name of the line was called the Artisan. So, Jose, I'll start with you. So, what do you think about this? You have any interest? You think the sculpt is good? What you think of the sculpted hair? What you think? just talk.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested in a John Wick. I've never had a John Wick, and if you remember yesterday on Ben's show, I was talking about how I always tease Joel that I want to get the John Wick and get the Predator, like, and make them fight each other because he hates mixing IPs. So just to like tease him, I say that I want to do that, but I don't know if I'd really do that, but it'd be funny, right? Because with the later movies, like the more and more it got a little bit more ridiculous in terms of like him not dying. He basically became Michael Myers, where like no matter how many times he got shot, he just kept on going. So, I mean, I definitely want a John Wick. Personally, I think the first one's still my favorite one of all of them. But I've enjoyed the movies. I just think they just get more ridiculous as they keep going.
Yeah, they do. They definitely get a bit more. Well, I don't think they were ever rooted in reality. Like, I mean, I think that's the whole thing. The movie is shot. I watched that movie in the same way that if I was watching someone play a video game, like a shoot 'em up, it has to be inspired by shoot 'em up movies because it's over the top ridiculous to the point where you know what I mean when you're watching some sort of a movie where you're like, okay, I know this wouldn't happen in real life, but it is still rooted in reality, and you can suspend disbelief because it doesn't actually take that much effort to suspend disbelief because it's kind of like they've kind of kept it rooted in reality. And a few things are a little on the edge, but with this, it's basically right from the start going, yeah, he just like killed like 5 guys in 1 minute with a pencil or whatever. So you kind of you accept that nearly.
I always thought the first one was a little bit more grounded. I mean, it was heightened, but it was a bit more grounded. And then, like, again, as it went on and on and on, it's just like, okay, like it's supposedly the same night, but he's been shot at so many times and been shanked and beat up, and he's still going. I'm like, this guy's a machine. Like, is he a Terminator? Is he like I don't. Go ahead.
The fun of it though, like what I like about the first film is that it's a man and his dog, right? And then each film progresses, it expands the universe more and more. So it's not like retreading the same stuff. It is in a way, but it's also giving you more lore and showing you the larger world that these assassins exist in. And more comic bookish, maybe, I think is also the reason why it just becomes a little, maybe feeling more slightly unbelievable. But I love it for that kind of fantasy element of it. You know, you're walking down New York and it's like, is that guy sitting on the ground? Is he secretly an assassin? Like, I like that they did that with this film.
You know what? Someone kills my dog, I'm going to become an assassin pretty damn quick too.
Exactly.
You know
You're going to say, I'm thinking of Pac.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
you're going to start going after him. He crushed it.
I mean, they made you love that dog, right? So that way you were behind him when he was killing all those people.
And like, you know, that dog, that puppy, I bet you they looked at like 100 different puppies, and then they were like, and they were probably all extremely cute and like, no, this is the one. This is the one that will get the audience on board. Like, I mean, killing any puppy, you're going to get the audience on board, but this is the extra.
They found the right one. Yeah. Also, he walks from New Jersey on the Brooklyn Bridge to New York City. So I appreciate the movie was weird from the start, you know, because that's technically impossible. But so it was always fantastical.
Yeah. I feel like John Wick is like I feel that the youth these days will make up jokes about John Wick the same way that, say, my generation, when we were kids, made up about Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I can
like,
see that.
Chuck Norris doesn't sleep; he waits. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. You know, anyone have any good Chuck Norris jokes?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Not off the top of my head. But...
Anyone? We'll just. I think the audience will bail us out here. Just want to address this comment, Shiny. That is a great question. I presume you're talking about the. I presume you're talking about these lights here. Yeah, look, they. 1 second, move here. If you look at my collection tour, there is a link to these lights in the description. I got them off Amazon. They're kind of like, they come with these like magnets. You stick the magnets on wherever you want them, and then you can basically, you know, true magnets take off these things and power them, or charge them with USB. Takes a few hours to charge. It obviously depends on how much you use them. I tend to have them at 50%, and if I leave them on continuously, like, which I don't, you probably only get like, I don't know, 12 hours out of them. So I might be going and put them on for 2 hours in the evening, but I find them charging them once a week. I'm over it. I'm done with it. They look okay, but I think after seeing Jedi Patrol's video with the Luke lights for those new, it's a Blad event, the kind of new cabinet that IKEA kind of looks like that's going to be replacing the DTOF. They come at like, Luke Light have done a version of them, and I think they might actually work. I could make them work for these because I'm done with the charging. So great question. The answer to that is not long enough. You will get sick of recharging them, to be quite honest. Like, you know, unless you use them very sparingly. Yep.
Speaking of lights, when God said, "Let there be light," Chuck Norris said, "Say please."
Nice.
I'm just looking up Chuck Norris jokes here. Okay.
No, I appreciate a good Chuck Norris joke. Absolutely, yeah.
I'm still surprised how you got that Spider-Man to do that pose with the leg kind of slightly up, you know, and little bend there to the knee,
as if he's walking.
Yeah.
That took a lot of effort, so much so that when I bought this house and I moved out of the apartment I was living in, I was like, I'm not boxing this guy up. He's getting wrapped in bubble wrap. It's a set and forget. Like, when I bought that figure based on that promotional image in the shots, like it literally showed him with the hoodie and the headphones and the science book and the backpack and the blazer, and he was just walking. I just loved it. I was sold when I saw that. So that's one of those. If I want another Spider-Man to pose in a different pose, fine, but that guy is staying like that. Yeah, just a bit of messing around with, and then ground the balls of the feet on one. I think the other one might be flat or something like that. But yeah, so it looks nice, all right. So where were we? So we were talking about the Baba Yaga. Who else wants to chime in this?
I think the tailoring looks amazing on this.
Yeah,
Like, really one of the best suits I've seen
agree.
Hot Toys do, for sure. Sculpt is great, and much as I would like to see Rooted, this doesn't look bad. This works pretty well.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. My first impressions, like, I think it's like, I want to see more angles. You know, naturally, like, you know, there's only so much you can tell from one image, but I want to see, like, you know, video footage and at least, you know, a bunch of different promotional images for it. But yeah, it looks like Keanu Reeves to me. I don't know if there's going to be like, I don't know, like an 8, 9, or a 10, and then I see multiple different images of the prototype, and of course we're not going to really know until the product. But I think the sculpted hair looks good. I like the way it's not that neat. There's a few, like, there's pieces flicking out of the back and stuff like that, more so than, from, if memory serves me correct, the number 2. Completely agree with you in the chat about the tailoring. Looks super. I put off getting that John Wick 2 for the longest time. I think, hopefully, if the prototype images are strong enough, I think this could be the one where I pull the trigger on. But what do you think, Ian? Is Ian still with us, or?
Ian, I think you're muted, buddy.
There's John Wick coming to get you. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Baba Yaga, right?
Baba Yaga.
Listen, so this new figure is awesome. I've got the original, and I can tell you right now, from my opinion, this new one is awesome compared to this. I love this, but go with that, boys. So I think
you
there's
reckon this is stronger?
Yeah, huge. Like, listen, this is not like I'm butt hot and I've got this and, you know, all that stuff. So I'm just going to call it out. So I really like this figure. That figure is awesome. Wait, fuck.
At least it's
I've
from a
not got
different film too. So
No, and yeah, it is. For me, it's okay. It represented what I've got. I've got the dog and a cabinet there. Didn't work for me, so sorry. But this version here is awesome. So as a guy that has this version, if you've not got this version, go for that. So just saying.
And the one did you have there? Is that from the first one or the second one?
This is second one, so it's the original figure, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't do the first movie version.
Right. So have they only got one John Wick? I thought they did a John Wick from John Wick 1 and then John Wick 2. I'm not entirely sure. I know they did one from John Wick 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So is this so the one on the screen, will this be their second John Wick or Hot Toys' third John Wick? I think it's their third.
I thought it was the third.
It's the third, right? They did one,
Right, okay.
one and two, not for
They
three.
skipped 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the one you have there looks like the one from 2, Ian. Could that or
Yeah, so this is 2, but
yeah.
still the best before this came out.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think this figure looks absolutely awesome.
Do you guys think
Cool.
this version looks a little bit young, like maybe 10 years younger than he actually does in the film? I think it looks really cool, but looks a little young.
Dude doesn't age.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. It could be true. So Wayne Timothy
I
is
don't know.
saying, Payton23 says, I think just John Wick 2. I'm nearly sure they did John Wick 1, but
maybe.
I'm not 100%, so I can't put my money where my mouth is there. Wayne Timothy is saying they only did 1. Second only did chapter 2, pretty sure. So there's a lot of people only did 1.
I think it's
Okay.
confusing because there's so many third parties. You know, they did like third party options and then like
Yeah.
suit sets and things like that. So maybe we're thinking that there was another
Bob
one. because-
Dylan would know. Bob Dylan would know.
Mhm.
So we got 47 people watching the chat. Thank you very much for being here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you very much as well. Who else wants? I've kind of said my piece in this. I am interested in this. I want to see what the prototype images are like. This is one where this is a triple threat to my wallet. Who else? Who wants to chime in on this?
Oh,
I was just going to
I'm
ask,
taking
would
this
you get
100%.
would you get the Donnie Yen character as well, or just John Wick? For
Remember the
everyone.
way you said it becomes progressively more unrealistic.
Mhm.
The dude was blind. I mean, was it cool? Yeah, but I was like, I this is me kind of backing up what you're saying about the progressively get more unrealistic. But you know what?
Blind.
Yeah, but Daredevil. This is like, I don't know.
It's a comic book.
This is
shade.
almost superhero-ish. Superhero-ish, yeah.
Yeah, I look.
Without
Do you know
costumes.
what? I have to see how it looks. No doubt they pair very well together. That's a slippery slope then as well for me. You know, space wars are real. This one I am interested in. I'll see what happens with the Donnie Yen. I'll give the film another watch as well. So I can't rule it out, Jose. I don't have a yes or no for you. Good question. So, someone else was going to say something. I think you started talking at the same time. Was it Mike? Or?
No, I think Ian was just saying that he'd be picking it up.
Mhm.
Oh, Ian, even though you have the one there, you'd still be picking this up?
Oh, 100%. This is a better figure. I
Okay,
can see
good
this
stuff.
from what I've got. I love this character. Keanu Reeves is the best, worst actor ever. So, in my
Great way to put it.
Can't tell if that's a compliment or not.
There was a joke going
It's,
around. There was a joke going around when we were in secondary school, like, which is what we call high school here. It was like when the Matrix came out in 1999, like, you know, we were just like blown away by it. But one of the guys was like saying like it's like the perfect movie for him because like he didn't think he was a good actor. He was like, it's the perfect movie. All he has to do is look confused for 2 hours. Bang, nailed it. Like, you know, because he's, you know, your man's coming up trying to explain the whole Matrix, which is a very difficult concept to explain anyone. Seeing as he is actually there in the thing going, what? Whoa, you know, it's like, yeah, but it's oh man, what a movie.
In
what a
fairness,
movie.
it was totally unfair to him to cast him in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like I don't know what they were thinking, but that's one of like I don't know, just the biggest misfires. But you can't not love the guy. He's just so. He's
I'm a big fan of Keanu. Keanu's like
Just not deserving of
some-
a Midas Iron Man, though. He's just
some people. This is like Chirrut was blind as well, also played
Yeah.
by Donnie Yen. Does Donnie Yen only play blind people? Like,
It's his niche.
that-
yeah,
and that's mad because
typecast.
Keanu, isn't there like about 10 films where he's played someone called John.
Mhm.
There's like a heap of his movies he's played John. Like, I mean, that's
Johnny
Tanya.
Utah.
Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic,
yeah.
was he in that as well?
Yeah, that's true.
I think he plays. Is it
Or
John in
Wick.
Speed as well? Yeah, look it up. He plays John in a lot of different things. Agree with Ian, Ryan Smith. Agreeing with Ian. Used to own the first one and looks like a much stronger sculpt. Yeah, I think the sculpt is stronger in this. The facial hair looks better as well.
Oh, I just remembered. Can I brag about something?
No,
I
yeah, of course you can.
parked this man's car.
Oh yeah.
I parked Keanu Reeves' car. Yeah.
If you stole his man's car, that would be a better.
and that's brag about.
Oh no, you don't want to.
What
do
was
that.
he driving? It was like a Hyundai or something. No,
It
what
was like
he
an
actually
old
driving?
black Porsche, manual drive,
Oh,
just
cool.
like you'd imagine he would drive. And when I pulled up, he was just sitting on the bench. He left his phone in the car, so the phone was right next to me. And I just got out. He was super nice, very quiet. Nobody was bothering him. Just as you imagine him, just as he is on the pictures on the internet with Keanu eating alone. You ever see any of those?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
like a whole So he's just like that. Super nice. Nice tip too.
That's cool, man. That's cool. It's cool when like these people like have this kind of like aura and this kind of really like positive, I suppose, reputation surrounding them. Then when you meet them, it's like that's what they're like. That's really cool. It's like faith in humanity restored, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I can imagine driving a Porsche as well. X-Man Supreme saying it's in Donnie Yen's contracts that he has to be the badass blind guy. Yeah, he's definitely badass anyway.
It would make sense.
Shiny even got a laugh out of that one. Congratulations, you made Shiny laugh. Good stuff. That's like high praise from the most sarcastic man in the 6K community. 48 people in the chat. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. If you're watching the replay, greatly appreciated. So like, we're just quick around through the panel. We'll give a thumbs up or yes or no. Are you picking this? Are you interested or not? I know we haven't seen. Let's just assume this goes up for pre-order on Friday and the images look mind-blowing. Ian, you're in, yeah?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jose?
Yes.
The Prince of Wales?
No.
And Trevor?
You're a knob.
Nah.
Trevor?
Nah.
Nah. All right. Yeah. I didn't realize you were actually saying that. I thought someone else.
Yeah,
was
that was my answer.
I assumed it was Ian. Yeah, I'm into this. Yeah, I do think I'll probably be picking this up. All right. Let us know what you think in the chat, folks. We are curious. So we're gonna panel picks. We're gonna just put this away there for a second now. Look, we're not going to have a big mad discussion about horror and the director's vision or view. We're not asking it. I'm not asking the panel to name their favorite horror movie. Although, if that's your recommendation, you can absolutely do that. But just a horror movie can be one that you love, can be your favorite, can be one you watched today, can be one you watched recently, can be an unsung hero or one you think is okay. Recommendations. Look, in any particular order, who wants to chime in and give us a horror movie recommendation?
American Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf in London. Excellent stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Phil. Anyone else?
The Shining.
The Shining. I watched that on Friday night. I'd seen it before, obviously, but I watched it on Friday night because I want to watch Doctor Sleep, and I haven't seen it, so I'm going to watch that during the week. Shining, yeah, good stuff.
You have not seen The Shining?
Oh no, I have seen The Shining, but I haven't seen it in about
okay.
20 years, and I forgot a lot of it. I got more out of it now, I think, than I did watching it 20 years ago, So
Doctor Sleep was
I haven't seen Doctor Sleep though, so I wanted. That was the whole thing, Jose. I wanted to watch Doctor Sleep. I was like, man, I need to go back and watch The Shining. So I'll watch Doctor Sleep during the week. So, Trevor.
I have two zombie recommendations. 28 Days Later as a movie, and if you haven't seen, and if you haven't seen Black Summer, seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix, one of the best zombie things ever, man. I think it was fantastic. I'm sorry I got canceled, but it was.
Was it a season 2? I didn't realize
there was a
season.
Oh my god, yeah, season 2 is amazing, man. Season 2 is great.
Season 1 was
it's Netflix, BS that they canceled it.
So Black Summer, and it's a series, and 28 Days Later. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Cillian Murphy, and it had a real indie vibe to it, that movie. I really, really liked what they did. And I liked how the zombies moved. It was unpredictable. Yeah. Because I always found the ones in The Walking Dead. Yeah.
I believe that was the last time they allowed you to shut down streets and stuff in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I remember reading about this or seeing a doc. I think it was interviewed or something. I think what they did was, I don't think they were necessarily allowed to shut them down, but what they did was, it was during the summer, and like in Ireland and the UK, because of our position in the world, during the summer, like it could stay bright until like 10 p.m. So a lot of my cousins from America come over and like, what is the story? Why is it still bright here? Like, you know, like literally it can be bright. Sometimes like in the peak of the summer, it can be bright at like even 10:30 p.m. So it obviously gets really, really bright really, really early. So what they're actually doing was they got up really, really early. So it was going to be bright and before the traffic and the rush and whatever. And they had like, members of the crew, and they got like really, really attractive women to talk to the people who were going to walk on the bridge, going, sorry guys, could you come over here and just chat with me? We're actually filming something here. But because they're very attractive, a lot of people would start talking to them and stuff like that. But apparently that's what they did. Yeah, that's what,
That's funny.
yeah. But yeah, that's how they helped shoot those scenes. So Jose, you're next.
No, not yet. I can go. So I would recommend the Joel Schumacher classic, not Batman and Robin, but The Lost Boys. If you have not seen The Lost Boys, I'd recommend that. And then obviously the classics, 1978 Halloween. I just saw that one in 16 millimeter last night here at the local cinema that we had here.
Nice.
It's beautiful to watch it like that. It feels like you're actually back in the 1970s watching it. So. The original Halloween, the original Scream, also is one recommendation. Should be in rotation if you like horror movies. And also one that I just saw, based on the whole Wes Craven. Wes Craven was the one who did the Scream movies. Wes Craven also did the Nightmare series, as you know, well, the original, and he came back for the fifth. I believe it was like not the fifth film, but it's like it was a reinvention of the series called New Nightmare. If you have not seen New Nightmare, it is basically Scream before Scream, where he touched on the whole meta aspects of the film genre. It's really, really cool because the actors from the original Nightmare play themselves, and now Freddy's coming into the real world and trying to get them in the real world. So, and they kind of they have Wes Craven there as a character. It's an interesting watch if you like those meta movies.
Good stuff. Thanks very much. And Mike, what's your recommendation?
Well, since we're getting a little loosey-goosey, I got 3 of them since we can go off.
Sorry.
No one ever understands the assignment.
Sorry, guys.
Looks like it's a 4-hour stream, guys. Go on.
I'll go with The Thing. I got to give a
You're
class.
all right.
All right. Then the second one, I'm going to say 2. It's Terrifier 1 and 2.
What was the first one? Sorry.
The Thing.
Oh yeah, John. Brilliant. Yeah. Gotcha.
Thing, absolutely. Then Terrifier 1 and 2. Just because like there's no CGI, they're just brutal and horrible and too much for some people. I don't like gore, but I really like these films. The third one is not necessarily a great movie. Technically, the fourth one, I guess I'm saying, but would be Malignant. I had so much fun in the theater with watching this film because it kind of becomes a B movie towards the end and goes so off the rails. But if you're willing to be open-minded and you're in for just some fun, it's a wild, fun movie, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you get towards the end. But that's Malignant. And I recommend it. It's you have to be willing to just go with it. Just go there. Okay, we're all comic book fans. We're all willing to take a leap of faith. Check out Malignant. It's a lot of fun.
Good stuff. My own recommendations, again, like it's not my favorite horror movie or anything like that, but I really like the Paranormal Activity movies, and I know people either love them or they hate them. I really like how when I'm watching them, because it's just that first person handheld camera type stuff, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm actually, because it's really grounded in reality. It's like it's a camera sometimes panning back and forth, and you just see something like a lampshade moving, and then it moves over again. You're like, oh God, what am I going to see now? It moves back, and I thought it was done really, really well, and it put me in the. I just really like that approach. It's almost like it makes it feel more real because it's like because it's so simple. That's what I like about it, and I think they did it really, really well. I've only watched the first, I think 3 or 4, but I did actually like them all. So
And I bet you made sure your feet were covered.
Pardon? Yeah, the first one, yeah, Cloverfield. I quite like that. Yeah, I did. I thought it was a good watch. You know, if you watch the end of that, you can see the thing dropping into the sea.
Yeah.
The very last scene.
From a meteorite.
That was. Yeah, like I saw it, and then like I think I missed that when I watched it in the cinema or something like that. Yeah. And then years later I watched it again. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I rewind, and I thought,
"Yeah." And he confirmed that is the creature coming in on a meteorite, and basically was looking for its mother.
Yeah, so. That's a pretty damn good movie. The sequels, though, like
10 Cloverfield Lane was great.
Mary Elizabeth.
I think I need to watch that again. But then wasn't there like the Cloverfield paradox or something?
That was terrible.
Yeah.
But Cloverfield Lane didn't even start out as a Cloverfield sequel. It was just an idea and stuff, and then they said, let's attach it to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must go back and watch that 10 Cloverfield Lane. All right, so let's take a look at this individual. All right, where do we have... Okay. All right, so we should be able to see this now. Okay. I'm going to take a step back on this one. Look, this is... I'm not getting any figures from Ahsoka, despite Jose's best effort to tell me I need them. But I have not seen any of the 4 figures that look bad. All the 4 figures, this, Hera, Sabine, Chopper, they all look fantastic. They're going to look amazing if they turn out as good as the prototypes. This, the only criticism I'd have is that he had a bit of a pouch or a beer gut. I don't know if it's a beer gut. I know the guy probably doesn't even drink. But he had kind of a bit of a tummy in the in the show.
That bod.
Yeah. Again, and I'm not shaming. If the person has that in the show, they should probably have it in the figure. I suppose it kind of goes back to the Hera thing or whatever. But that'd be a minor critique. But yeah, I think apart from that, the rest of the portions look good. I think the head sculpt looks great, rolling eyes and all that. I think this is a win. Like, but I'll start with you, Jose.
A little cotton up there if you want accuracy, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like that's an easy fix. Like if you want him to have the dad bod, maybe put a little cotton in there. You know, give him a little. Yeah. You know, you could always easily pat him a little bit. But yeah, so man, this looks.
What do you think?
Yeah, this looks great, man. This was day one for me. Thrawn and the Thrawn trilogy, something that I read early on, and I loved the original books, and I watched Rebels, and I liked the interpretation they had of him there, which was a little different, but still kind of still rooted in the same characteristics of the character. And then watching it in live action definitely was very exciting for me personally. So yeah, this is something that I'm definitely getting. I don't actually have any Imperials. I actually don't have any. The only bad guy I have in my collection as of right now. Oh, actually, I have 2. I only have Maul and I have Kylo Ren. I don't even have a Vader yet. But the Vader I'm waiting for is the Kenobi one. So that's the one I have on order. So I definitely want to get some more bad guys in my collection for sure.
2 good movies I've mentioned there as well. It Follows, I actually quite enjoyed. The concept is kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, the idea that something out there is going to follow you regardless, I just think that's always a creepy thought. And the first Conjuring, I watched it about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I thought it was quite good as well. So you're in on this then, Jose?
Absolutely. Yeah, and my job is now to convince you to get it as well. So I'm working on it. I'm pushing you. You're going like this, force push like Sabine, and going boom like that.
Yeah. So you just learned how to do that a minute ago, and now you're gonna push him. You've only known how to do it for 1 minute, and you feel confident enough. All right.
Absolutely. Come on, Shane. I'm gonna propel you to push the pre-order button. Here we go. Ready? There we go.
I'm not.
All right, you need work. It needs work.
No. Nice try.
I'm at that stage with the coffee cup. I was just like, it's not working yet, but I'm getting there.
Mike, do you have any interest in this, or give me your thoughts about it? Like, what are you ever interested or not?
Yeah, I pre-ordered him already.
Right.
I don't mind. Look, this is a sculpt of him on his best day. So he's a little leaner. but I think he'll look maybe a little bit better on the shelf because of it. So I'm okay with that. My only criticism, and this is kind of silly because I don't know, it's just the way these bodies are. You're never, in some poses are not going to look perfectly naturalistic, but when he's got his hands behind his back, his arms look backwards. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but he looks good in every other pose. Yeah.
Show us that photo, Shane, if you have it.
You just tell me which image is it? Is it this?
It might be that one, or there's a few of them with his arms behind his back.
There's one
Yeah,
that
I'll
was.
keep going. Do you want me to go back? I'm going back here.
I thought there was one back there. Right here.
Is
That
it
one, I
with
think.
this one here?
Yeah.
The next one. That one right there.
That one or that one?
That one, I don't know if that's the best example of it, but he does have his arms behind his
Okay,
back there.
I'm just going to keep scrolling left.
Yeah,
I think it's
that
looks like
one.
that one
Check
maybe.
Check that one out. Yeah, if you can move us, I guess.
Yeah, no worries. I'll put you off to the side there, and I'll just remove this comment. Okay.
I think that's just badly posed.
Yeah, it could just be badly posed.
Yeah, because the elbows, you know,
You
the way
gotta-
the elbows, you can't see which way they're bending. Are they bending? Is it like the inside of the elbow bending up, or is it twisted and it's bending the other way? You can't see it with the material on it. So
The material
maybe
needs
that's
to
it.
turn. I think they needed to twist the material a little bit or something to give it a.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
I
can sort
see
that
what
out.
you
Like,
mean. Yeah.
it just looked a little awkward. It's one of those things. If you don't notice it, you won't notice it. It's not like in your face, but once you see it, it's there. But
Because I mean, your shoulders turn in when you do that, and if they haven't rolled those, which they could, it's just not good posing.
I like this comment. I actually sung this comment.
in the
In fairness, come on, like that's pretty. That's shiny.
Just red, white, and
level
blue.
humor right there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love it. I think the head sculpt is amazing. I think the hair looks great, and this is maybe not a figure I thought I wanted since I was a kid, but since I read Heir to the Empire, like 1994, I've loved this character. So to finally have him in this form, I know Sideshow produced one, but if you look that one up, it's really, really no comparison. You know, this is beautiful.
I think the other reason they're not like filling out the punch, somebody said like, I don't know, I can't remember what they said, but anyway, they have to kind of show these to the actor too. You know what I mean? And they want to get they probably want to give one to him or something like that. So you don't want to give somebody something where, hey, look, we filled in your paunch. You know what I mean? It's kind of idealized. I mean, Luke never looked, older Luke never looked really filled out.
I think
as he should have been.
Exactly. I don't mind.
I think they need to show them, right? Like, if not just them, but maybe their team, and then they have to approve. And because I think
they have to
someone
approve
talking
it as
about
well,
that. That they were like, oh, I don't like that expression on me. Change it, even though it's them, but they're like, I don't like that face that I'm making. Change it.
Yeah,
and so they have to go through.
I've shot a couple 1/6 figures for a company that it wasn't because of the photos, but they got the figure and then they ultimately rejected the sculpt and it never got made.
Right,
they can do that.
Interesting. One last thing is that some people were criticizing that he doesn't have any distressing on his uniform, but he actually does. It's just a little muted compared to the show. But you can see.
I think this is kind of early on. Like this is prior to eating whatever kind of fast food crap they had on that planet that he landed on. So.
Could be that. Oh, so you think the distressing on the uniform was like ketchup or something?
Yeah, maybe probably threw some ketchup at the wall or something. And
you could see the hands behind his back in that photo you just passed by. Right there.
Oh yeah. You can see it's his right hand here. Yeah. Just string it up some of it.
This looks amazing, though. I mean,
it really does.
I'm gonna be hard pressed not to get this. I'm trying to not get this stuff because I just don't want to. Unless they do something good with him, I just don't want to. I don't know. It's representation.
Well, were you a fan of?
I think it was. No, I don't think it was fully developed. I liked his voice on the character on Rebels. I just don't think he was very well developed in this show either. I like his voice. I think he looks great in the part. But
Did you ever read the original books or anything like that?
No, I didn't read the original books, but I mean, I knew a little bit about him from just reading Wikipedia and all that stuff. So I knew some of the backstory of the in the books and stuff like that. I just never read the books, but I mean, by all accounts, that character was very, highly intelligent. It was, I thought the Rebels did a pretty good job of bringing that character into. It's my problem with Ahsoka. It's just my problem with Ahsoka.
That makes sense. But some people
doesn't
like
feel
Ahsoka,
good enough to buy figures from. But I want all the Rebels, so I'll probably buy all the Rebels, and I'll probably end up buying this too because it's just going to look great next to Tarkin. You know,
I was going to say, you could pair him with Tarkin or other Imperials and Vader and stuff. So he fits in other worlds, you know.
Yeah, it's more like a Rebels collection to me than an Ahsoka.
I was making the argument that it doesn't necessarily need to be the Ahsoka Thrawn. Like, you can pair them up with the Imperials, or you can put them right next to the Return of the Jedi Luke for the Thrawn trilogy, if you're a fan of the books, things like that. So,
I would actually
I'm sure
love
people
to
are
see
just
someone...
buying it. There will be people who are just going to buy it because they've read the books, they love the books, and they're happy that we're getting this. I assume that's going to be a thing as well.
Well, I was going to say, I'd love to see somebody do takes on the Rebels sculpts, you know, like a third party or something like that on 1/6 Kid or something. Do cartoon versions of the sculpts that you could pop onto here. It would be amazing. I'd love to swap those out.
So it looks like we've got Mike's in, Jose's in. What about yourself, Phil?
The entire Ahsoka line is incredible, but it's space for me. If I get one, it means I've got to get them all. I just haven't got the shelf spin. At the moment, I just don't have the... Maybe this time next year, if I move things around a little, when these things start to release, I'll have second thoughts, but I'm gutted I'm not getting them, but I can't. Just because of space.
Space is real, man. Space Wars is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to go, if Hot Toys don't pull their finger out in any of the 40th Return of the Jedi, because I want to work on the original trilogy, and I'm afraid if I get this line, you guarantee, bet your bottom dollar by Christmas there'll be 5 or 6 40th anniversary figures. Well, I'll wait. I'm sitting on them for the time being, but they're fantastic. They're amazing. And
all I'm saying is you can put Thrawn with your OT figures, because the Thrawn trilogy. All I'm saying is you could put him next to Han, Luke, and Leia, and you could put him right there because he was the adversary in those books. So he could be right there. You don't need any of the other Ahsoka figures. I'm just saying.
Not canon.
Jose, stop it.
But I reckon like Han, Leia, and Luke are going to go full gatekeeper. Sorry, you weren't in the original trilogy. You belong in that shelf over there. You know, like,
books aren't canon.
Yeah, please. So look, a lot of people are calling out for Enoch. And as much as I was like, who is this gladiator looking mother? That will look good though, and I think Enoch and the Night Troopers are probably inevitable. They love their troopers. I
was going to ask what you think. What's your next prediction besides Ahsoka the White? You think it would be Enoch and the Troopers?
I think Enoch will get next.
I think
Enoch is the Captain Phasma of this show. I swear to God.
It's going to happen.
It's going to turn out to be nothing whatsoever. It's just like a guy with a weird mask.
Yeah, I can't see
all looks and no substance.
Ezra coming out. There's a lot of people. We went through this on the Ben Thomas show the other night, where I was like, okay, what they should do, what people want is, they want Enoch, they want the Night Sisters, they want the zombie troopers, Ahsoka the White, Balin and Shin, probably an Ezra. You know, they basically want all those characters. But
did you
what
see?
Is the troopers and maybe Ahsoka the White.
The Disney show, are they making the Balin Skull story? Did I see that on something?
Animated? Was that?
Yeah.
Was it a second season or something that's already out? Was it Tales of the Jedi or something? Part 2 or season 2?
Really? I have not seen that.
I don't know.
Was that just announced?
Unless it was fan. Some sort of
fan see, this is the thing. I saw a really cool poster for Prey Part 2 set in World War II.
Yeah, I saw that.
No Man's Land?
Yeah. I posted it into one of the groups I'm in. I was like, I don't know if this is true, but it looks cool. And they're like, no, it's already been disproved. Like, so it's damn bloody internet.
I can't tell what's real anymore, man.
Yeah. God damn you, internet.
Yeah, I saw an article about that, and I clicked on it, and it was like, wouldn't it be cool? I was like, damn. I thought, because I think I saw the same thing you saw. They get me with those sometimes.
I just figured out the Star Wars formula, man, for success, though.
This is
have a good character, put them in a cool mask, and make them do nothing, and everybody's going to want it.
Well, that worked since the
How
first
Boba
film.
Fett
You know?
started. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Boba Fett, though, there was that mystery. There was that kind of like.
Well,
you know,
Enoch,
the
same
cool
thing.
ship.
Like he's a mysterious guy with a weird mask. Like, what is he?
Okay, but
Well,
Enoch
he
has
hasn't done anything.
literally done nothing. Only talked
Right,
to
exactly.
Thrawn. Whereas
Yeah,
Boba
Boba
Fett, like,
caught
you know,
Han, but
yeah,
wasn't
exactly, and he outsmarted him. Like, he had the tracking on him, and he's got the cool ship, and there was, you know, there was a bunch of stuff as well. Okay, fair enough. He died very awkwardly and kind of, you know, whatever. But like, yeah, Enoch was more like, he didn't. I thought at least we're going to see him in combat, like, you know.
yeah,
But,
something.
Yeah. So this one here is a good point, though. Copper said got the books when they first came out, and that's why I'm getting this guy, or what I presume means why I'm getting this guy first and only non-human Imperial officer character. Wasn't there a bit of I suppose, what would you call it, racism amongst the Imperials, where it was all human character? They didn't want to have any non-humans in the rank. Would that be right? Or
Yeah, the
like,
emperor was like prejudiced against non-human non-human. Yeah,
but they liked this guy because he was just that good at strategizing. Is that why? Yeah, I gotcha. So that's a fair
For a
point
while,
as well.
apparently, everybody had to have an English accent too. So.
Yeah. It's true actually. All the Imperials had English accents in the original trilogy.
in like the new lore, they like captured him, and then they were so impressed by his language skills and like his brilliance that he was able to work his way up the ranks.
Right. Was
True,
that in Heir to the Empire, or was that in?
No, that's in
I believe that's in the
new.
new books.
That's in the new. Yeah, the first book of the new Thrawn. I guess sextilogy. Yeah. There's
Whoa! PC.
Hey, you know,
13, man.
sorry,
Jeepers,
not the
God
right show.
Almighty! Calm down, Mike. Shiny.
Who's in that
They
cigar?
just, yeah. They just put Indiana Jones on Sideshow, so maybe a hand soon. Yeah, I heard the bag thing was. Story goes as a satchel, and he was using it in the new movie Indy 5, and the company weren't happy that they didn't get any kind of they didn't have the rights to be using it. The company
I heard they didn't get the rights to use in the
bag,
movie.
Yeah, so
Insane.
I think that was something to do with that. That's the story anyway. But it's up now. I saw that announcement on Sideshow maybe about 2 hours ago.
Good.
It's true. They actually learned from his boots, because Harrison Ford wore the Alden 405 boot because that was the boot he wore as a carpenter, and he was sick of Star Wars. The costume boots hurt his feet, so he wore his carpentry boots for Indiana Jones, and they became known as the Indy boot. But that company, Alden, never saw anything from that, and they became famous from the film. So I think companies since then have learned that they want a piece of the action.
Should learn that you could sell the bag based on that. You know?
Dave,
just
I gotta disagree with you here, Dave. I think Boba Fett was cool in the original trilogy because of the mystery. You know what I mean? But then when we have him walking around with his helmet off in the book of Boba Fett, essentially getting nerfed, that's what kind of... How do I say it? I'm not saying that Boba Fett isn't cool. I'm saying that, like, I like the mystery of the original trilogy. I loved what they did in Mandalorian, and then didn't care too much what they did in the book of Boba Fett, but that doesn't ruin the character for me in the same way that The Last Jedi didn't ruin the character of Luke for me. The Last Jedi did ruin Luke for me. I just compartmentalized. It's just like, I like the original trilogy. I like the Mandalorian. Compartmentalize. It's good.
Isn't it crazy that the new Boba Fett from the book of Boba Fett didn't come with the head sculpt, even though throughout the show, all he did was take off his helmet? Definition
of irony right there. So then we have... So Mike's in this one. Jose's in. Trevor's unsure. I'm out. And
out?
Phil is
Am I?
out at the moment. I am. Definitely. Right, so what do we got next? Oh, we're going to play a game. So we're going to call it Would You Rather. Okay, so I don't have to explain this. We've all played this game. This is going to be tamer than I'd imagine some of the games you played. And I'm not judging you, gentlemen. But right. So let's flick through. So would you rather? Okay, we've already done it. Right. Would you rather? So the first one. Now we want the chat to participate as well. All right. So the first one. Would you rather that Hot Toys take the Batmobile 2022 out of purgatory and put it up for pre-order, or the Vulture and take it out of purgatory and put it up for pre-order? You can't pick both, so feel free to chime in as well in the the live chat. So was that off to you, Mike? What would you rather? Which one would you release from purgatory?
Batmobile. That's easy for me. 100%.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. What about yourself, Jose?
I gotta agree. Batmobile, especially Hot Toys. The only option you have right now is the Jazz Inc. one, which looks really nice. A lot of people are getting that in today or this week, right? And it looks really, really good. But you got to pay. We're talking about almost $2,000 for that, right? With shipping and all that. And it's just, if Hot Toys released this from Purgatory, we're talking about a figure maybe less than 1,000, maybe. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So this I think would definitely be the better choice. The Vulture, I think we can live without, especially because there's a few third-party options. The Toys R Us did a few, and Jazz Inc. did their own as well. A lot of people love that version because it had real leather and it was a good figure. Really so I feel like you can live without the Hot Toys Vulture, but I think the 2022 Batmobile, there's a real people really want that one, and they don't want to pay the Jazz Inc. price for it.
Yeah, so you're basically. Did you say? Sorry, Mike is picking. He's going to release he wants the Batmobile. Are you saying Batmobile as well then?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, so that's 2 for 2. Phil, you can only pick one. Would you rather release the Batmobiles from Purgatory and get it up on pre-order, or the Vulture?
The Vulture. Technically, you get a vehicle and a figure.
Oh, look at this! Look at this guy.
Interesting.
And Trevor.
I would like the Batmobile, and I would like them to do it within the next 5 days, because I just got converted on the Jazz Inc. waitlist for the clean version of this thing. And, I'd rather not spend that kind of money on it, because while the smoke is cool and everything, I don't need that.
And the effects too, right? It does the whole.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. And people say it's really, really fun. But I mean, I'm going to do that once or twice, and I'm never going to use it again, unless somebody comes over and I'll show it to them. But I would love this for under $1,000 would be excellent. So soon, please.
So we got.
I'm very tempted.
12-inch Moose Dream is saying Vulture.
Right back.
Wayne Timothy saying Batmobile. Bloody Edge saying the Vulture 100%. They can both stay in purgatory, lol. Shiny interest. So
12-inch said it's go ahead. No, the 12-inch is saying how much it costs. The Jazz Inc. $1,851.05.
Really? And that's very particular. Wow, that's a lot. Eddie Rodriguez saying the Vulture. Always the Batmobile said draw the line. I don't like that Batman. That Batmobile was badass though. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, Batmobile actually grew on me. Definitely not my favorite design, but yeah, absolutely pretty damn good. So Neilerific, Batmobile after Jazz Inc. released its better version. I hope to pick this Hot Toys version up in the bargain bin. Bold statement.
Whoa.
Oh, the bold statement is that number 1, Hot Toys will actually do it, and number 2, that it will end up in the bargain bin. But he's not wrong. DeLorean's free to available. Tumblr is like 30% off these days. These big pieces, I think people like the idea of them. But then again, you see the size of that box, and then it's like, I'm going to put this.
Then again, the 89 is almost gone.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. Is that I have not pulled the trigger on that, and I want it, but
the Hot Toys 89 or Jazz Inc. Hot Toys. Yeah, all right. I have pulled the trigger on that. It's going to be my only full-size vehicle. I have the Batpod. I've seen the size of that box. I'm glad I started off with a kind of a bike for perspective. The 89 Batmobile I have on pre-order. I have a way to display it. It's going to be a squeeze, but it's going to be huge, and that'll be it. I can't get another vehicle after that. It's going to be crazy. So I can see this person, Neilerific, might be right on this.
Shane, was the tumbler just a space issue for you? Because I'm surprised. I know how much you love the series.
No. If I have to choose my favorite Batmobile, it is the 89.
Okay.
I love the tumbler worked. I really like the tumbler. The tumbler worked in that kind of, realistic style that Nolan has. It's a tank. It basically is an armored tank. It's very practical. It makes sense. It wouldn't make sense if he's driving around in something like the 89, or, or the 92, or God forbid the Joel Schumacher ones. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't work. Yeah. He needs a kind of some sort of a stealth kind of a. Okay, I'm saying stealth because it was just jet black and whatever like that, had stealth mode. But I mean, the thing's a bloody tank. Like, you're going to see it. It worked very well. The action scenes are fantastic. But in terms of which one looks visually more appealing and that nostalgia buzz as well, it's the 89. So I can't get multiple. It's going to be, get the 89. So yeah. So on my own thoughts on this, so I just want to private chat. Yeah, so Prince of Wales is going to take a second. No problem. Take your time. Really quickly, Vulture. People choosing Vulture. I own a 22 Batmobile already, so I think that's a Jazz Inc. one, 12-inch Moose Stream. Dan is saying the Batmobile. No Batmobile had a better entrance, in my opinion. It's true, yeah. There was a really cool entrance there as well, with the high-pitched sound and the squealing of the wheels and the roaring of the engine. Yeah. It is cool. I supported the 2022 Batmobile because I wanted it, but also partially because I want them to make the 89 as well. I honestly really love the Batman Forever glowing one. That's badass. Joel Schumacher, man. Just... Yeah. Anyway, sorry, what were you going to say? Anyone?
No,
I thought someone was going to say something. Okay. Right, that was an easy one. You have an option. You can burn all your packaging. That's not just the shippers. Get rid of your shipper. Get rid of your art boxes. Get rid of all the plastic. Everything gone. Or burn all your bases and keep everything else. So your choice is burn all your packaging and keep all the bases and the figure and the accessories, or burn just the bases. Would you rather? What do you think, Trevor?
This is easy. I would, if I could find the will, I would burn all the packaging. Honestly, yeah, okay. I use the bases, so I still don't trust things. So I do use bases here and there, unless it's something that can stand up pretty well. But yeah, the packaging, I just had to increase the size of my storage unit. So yeah, I would love to just burn all the packaging.
I think I have Space Wars, but then I hear you say things like that and I'm like, no, I'm good. Yeah. It's funny how you talk about not trusting things standing up. Like the big chief studios, their bodies aren't as good, their ankles particularly, they're not as good as Hot Toys, they're not as stiff, and so you obviously, you're preaching to the choir here. And I'm moving things around, obviously, and I have Arthur Shelby above there, and if you've watched Peaky Blinders, the guy's a drunk, and he fell over yesterday when I was reposing, and I went, no, that's okay, it's in character. He's supposed to fall over. He's Arthur, he's like, sorry, but it took me a while to get him back standing up, but I actually like the way he is now. I'm not sure if you can see there, but he's kind of if you can see him above Cable there, but the plaques are in front of him and Tommy, the plaques, the autograph, it actually looks quite nice. And you know what, if I wanted to, I could actually sneak a base in there. Because of the plaque, you wouldn't really see it, but he's good for now anyway. We'll see. Phil, burn all your packaging, burn all the bases.
Yeah, it'd have to be the packaging. I love the art boxes, but there's 3 figures that I actually use the bases on, and some of the. Generally, I don't use bases, but they're more useful to me than the packaging is. So the art boxes, I'm afraid.
Yeah, cool. Jose?
Yeah, gotta go with everyone. I would burn the packaging. If I could, I'd get rid of all the boxes. Like if we lived in a world where collectors didn't mind that we didn't have the boxes and we could just give them the figure with the accessories and that was fine and it wouldn't reduce the value of the figure, I'd get rid of all the boxes. I'd throw them away, burn them all. The bases, they serve their purpose. So they have a purpose. The boxes, they're just there because we need to keep them. So
I'm not seeing a lot of people having sold a lot like this, but I have seen people sell it like this without the boxes. How much do you think that actually takes off? Like, it's hard to say because there's not a lot to compare it to.
Yeah,
but,
man. Every time I see
$50,
a deal, like
$70, like
$100 sometimes, man. If I see loose, usually I see a decent figure and I'm like, man, that is cheap. Usually it's because it has no shipper and no art box. It's just completely loose, or there's obviously a bit of damage, something like that. But I've always a significant hit when a figure is loose. From
I
what I've
bought some
observed,
figures that had some rough packaging. You know what I mean? Like a couple of DX, the Joker and the DX12. Dude told me like they just got kicked around in his closet and just were rough. But I didn't care. I'm not displaying the boxes. You know what I mean? I don't really care. And I can't imagine at this point now that really is going to deter from the price of those too much. You know what I mean? Because they've gone down in price anyway. But I don't know. It's interesting because the amount of money I spend on storing these things, I wonder if it's all going to add up to actually adding anything to the figure when I go to sell it.
And Mike, what would you burn?
Yeah, I would burn the packaging. And ironically, I think you're right. I think the packaging would increase the value of the figure or preserve the value more so than the base would if you go to sell it. If you were to sell it with everything but the base, I think you'd get more for it than everything but the packaging.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not even.
You can pick up the bases easy on eBay as well if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like I know Graham from the Jedi Knights Watch. I think on more than one occasion he's bought a figure loose because it was a deal, and then separately bought the box, and then he had the complete thing anyway, and it worked out cheaper. Like so, I thought that was quite clever.
People sell shippers.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yep. Yeah, true. I'm surprised that that a lot of people are actually saying burn the bases here because we got a clean sweep in the panel. I already get rid of my shippers because for me the shipper has one job: ship it to me and protect the art box. And after that, I'll keep the packaging and the art box and everything like that. I keep a few shippers just in case I need to sell anything, just so like I could sell a stormtrooper with like an Iron Man shipper or something like that, But in this particular case, yeah, I would burn all the packaging. Like if it's something like the DX13 or like something the Mark 6 diecast with that kind of cool base that comes with, I'm not. Yeah, I just burn all the packaging, to be honest. So
I've had people cancel a sale because I didn't have the shipper.
The shipper,
I just find that it's just ridiculous, man. Like that's way too much to care about.
I don't think
it's too much.
I don't think I'd buy a loose figure unless I intended on picking up the art box, but I don't need the shipper. I want it to be shipped in something that would protect the art box, but I don't really necessarily need a shipper.
So I have a question for you, Shane.
Okay.
If money was no object, because they're not inexpensive, if you could get those nice plexi custom-made bases that are fairly invisible on the shelf, I mean, you don't seem to need them, but like if you could, would you use something like that? Is it just that the ununiformity of everything? Yeah,
like
that's what I don't like either. Is the non-uniformity.
The way I see it is like I don't mind the non-uniformity. I know like Dan, who's sometimes streams this as well. Like he gets he gets the simple bases for everything. Like behind me for months, I had the DX19 with no base next to the INART Joker. I actually quite like that round magnet base. I think it's quite elegant, but that meant that Heath Ledger was quite higher than the DX19. But the way I see that is like how is it any different to a character standing on a step? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that it doesn't bother me, like having the different bases if they're a bit higher or lower. That doesn't bother me at all. The reason I typically don't use the bases is because I just prefer the look. 90% of the time, I prefer the look without. But if there was a figure, say like let's say Arthur there, and I didn't like the look. Let's say he doesn't stand up, and I'm really struggling with his ankles or his knees. Then I'd use the base, and if I didn't like the look of the base, maybe I go for something like a bit that's see-through like that. It depends really if I can get it stand on its own or what it looks like with the base or whatever. So 300.
Yeah, on Etsy, right? You can find stuff like that pretty good. But
they're not cheap.
Great. Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
to
this is
Sideshow's
great.
credit, everybody complains about their bases being plain and boring, but that's also a positive in a way. Like if you just had all Sideshow collection, they'd all
Yeah.
look pretty uniform.
I love this
Yeah.
comment. Burn both. I'm only burning my half. I love that. Now here's the real one. This is the real one that I'm going to hit you with. This is the one where it's like,
Oh boy.
this is the one where it's, there's going to be tears. Would you rather never own a Vader or never own a Batman?
You're sadistic.
I know. I have given in to the dark side. My soul is pure evil. Anyone wants to chime in there?
I would never own a Vader. It's a hard one, but I would have to make that choice.
I will take the opposite side of that and say I could go without a Batman. I could go without a Batman. I have to have Vader.
Okay.
I have a whole collection of
Vader.
Vader, so I have to have Vader.
Like the difference is there's only one Vader, you know? You could say, okay, I won't have one Vader, but I'll have 10 Batman. So that's why it's a better deal, I think.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. I think I would also take never owning a Vader because you can get so many different Batmans. So I would have to go with that. There's only one Vader. There's multiple Batmen, so unfortunately.
We have had like 6 Vaders now, though.
Yeah, but
a
they're
little different.
You know,
I mean,
You know what I mean?
they're like variants of the same guy, though.
Yeah. You know what the thing is? I think like with Vader, like I have all sorts of like I collect like the Ralph McQuarrie looks and stuff like that, and I've got a lot of different stuff, not just 1/6. Yes, 1/6. You're probably right. Like Batman is probably the wider variety of stuff, but you can get Batman or Vader looking so different in different things. I like the takes on them and stuff, but yeah.
So Mike saying never own a Vader. You're doing the opposite. You're saying never own a Batman. Jose, did you say never own a Batman?
Never owned a Vader.
Oh, right. You said never own a Vader as well. And what about you, Phil?
Batman. Never own a Batman.
Right. So you picked a Vader. I'm going to go never own a Vader for the simple reason that my collection,
Shocking.
it's rooted in my love of movies. And the 1989 Batman was the first movie that I really, really loved. So, but I feel dirty saying that though. I just no, I shouldn't. Like,
I know it feels
feel
wrong
like
to say
I
not.
feel like I'm not a fan now. Like, but you know, so.
Never own a Trooper or never own a Spider-Man, Shane.
Oh,
Touche, Trevor.
Tune in next week. Oh man, I might just use that next week. Never own a Trooper. Never own a.
You can save it.
I'm gonna take the high road with Ian there. Ian probably has some sort of a graph for this, does he? Oh, I don't have the answer to that. I'm gonna think about that one.
It's going to keep you up tonight. It's going to keep.
I might actually say never own a Trooper because I have the armor. I have the full size armor. I could get my kicks from wearing that, and that means I could keep that Spider-Man that Jose was pointing out, the Homecoming one. Yeah,
That's a flex.
I think I might go.
You could always get a mannequin, pop that on there, and there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So I love this. There's diversity here. Like people are just like, there's no one is saying the same thing. So we've got X-Men Supreme saying never own a Vader. Tremble Dust is saying never own a Vader. X-Men Supreme says not even a question. Shiny saying doesn't own either. Never own a Batman. And so Batman can kick rocks. Never own a Vader. I'm 90% no base. Vader. Never own a Vader. That's a tough one with a Vader. Batman's not wearing hockey pads. But I like that. You know I like that. Cancel the Vader to pay for Deadpool's. Yeah. You're a popular man today. You're all right.
Sorry.
Yeah. So okay. Right. So we're done with that for the time being. So what are we actually looking at here now? I want to make sure I get this correct. So what's on next on the agenda? Right. So I'll get rid of this. Second.
Predator.
All right. Put us on to the left.
Predator.
It's Predator, right? Okay, so Predator, and then we're going to talk about these these graveyard figures. All right, so I'm going to share this. There we go. And we're ready to go. All right, so as far as I know, this is not up on Sideshow yet. There's been a lot of talk and speculation that it's going to be in around the $400 mark. And Thrawn is Q4 of next year to Q5 of 2025. So I'm guessing they'll probably be in the same window, but we don't have an actual price yet. All right, I want to hear from someone who's getting this first. Who's all in on this? Wow.
I'm on the fence.
No one.
I'll go first.
I love this movie. Go ahead.
I'll go first on this because I am actually going to get this. Right. So, Predator 1's my favorite Predator movie. This is my second favorite Predator movie. If I had my choice, I'd rather them do a 2.0 of The Jungle Hunter. I could get that, call it a day. But for now, yeah, I really like this movie. I'm going to pick this up. That's my Predator representation. If they do a Jungle Hunter 2.0 across that bridge when it gets to this, but I really, really like this movie, and I really, really like the look of this. It grew on me. I thought the Jungle Hunter with the mask was the real the major thing I prefer about the Jungle Hunter over this. Just that mask, that metal kind of more. It's more of a science fiction space kind of a vibe, where this is obviously more organic and bone-like. I like the way it's LED. I like the way this is about 14 inches tall. I like the way it comes with a bunch of stuff. If you look at, first of all, the head sculpt's amazing, but if you look at this,
yeah.
so these 4 pieces in the middle, these 2 long parts actually connect and give that spear that he's holding here on the image on the left. You have this kind of weird kind of dagger thing on the far left. He's got the blades on the right gauntlet. You could display it with the biomask and the LED function, or you could display it without the biomask, with the mandibles opened or closed, the shield, great base. Yeah, it's probably going to be expensive. I imagine this is, I said on Ben Thomas' show, I don't think it's going to be quite over 400. It could be. I reckon this is just underneath 400 on Sideshow. But yeah, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So yeah, I'm all in on this one. That's all I have to say in it. Who else wants to go on this?
I love this movie. This is my favorite Predator movie, actually. This is
out of all of them.
This was, yeah,
that's cool.
It was amazing. This was really, really good. I really liked it in the native language. I liked watching it like that. It just felt even more real and immersive. And this looks incredible. And I do, I have an Alien. I really would like a Predator on the shelf, and I think this might be it. But I'm not 100% committed to buying it. I don't know. It looks incredible. It looks incredible. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be one of those things that goes up too. So I can't imagine they're going to make a ton of these. I don't know.
You reckon the numbers will be limited for this?
Depending on the price, yeah, probably.
You just reminded me about someone. You reminded me about something there. I can't remember. Was it Hogwarts Toys or someone put up a post of that John Wick and said, "This is going to be the numbers of this are going to be low." They didn't say it was going to be limited, but the post implied that they're not going to make a heap of these. I don't know if that's to drum up FOMO, or that they know something that we don't, or something like that. So and again, this is not. We've seen a trend where Indiana Jones is now up in Sideshow, fine, but I don't think Buddy Maguire is yet, and this one isn't up yet, as far as I know. It's strange way some of them are a bit slower to go up on Sideshow. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's just an observation. Ryan Smith saying it's a good film, but not sure ending tops the original Predator design. I tend to agree there. I do think that's the best design, but I gotta say this one's really grown on me, and I want to watch this again this week, suiting for Halloween. So you're undecided, but you like it, Trevor.
I really like it. I like it a lot, and I like it to be on the shelf. I really have to think about it, but I'll probably end up pulling the trigger on it.
Mm-hmm. So it's a possibility that you're going to get.
It's a 75% of the way there. I think.
Okay, excellent stuff. What you think, Phil? I imagine you are exercising discipline in this one, or?
Yes, it's a wish list figure, so it's something I really want to get. But again, it's down to space. It doesn't really fit in with anything. But I've always wanted a Hot Toys Predator, so I'm tired at the moment. But I'll wait and see.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Jose?
Yeah, just similar thoughts as everyone. I really like the movie, but I'm not sure I want this particular Predator. I reserve judgment until later. I have to change my mind about it because I might pull the trigger later. I do like it, but I don't think I like it more than the original design. But if this is the only option, then I might go for it. So we'll see. It's a wait and see for sure.
Good stuff. And Mike.
Yeah, this is just what the franchise needed. They really needed this film in the way that Aliens needs a home run. This was a home run. I love it. I'm all in on the NECA Predators. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about that myself. Thinking about getting that.
So I highly recommend all of the NECA Deluxe Ultimate Edition 2.0s that they've been coming out with for the last year. So I have all those. They're great. I think that scratches the itch for me for this figure. I'm kind of with Shane, taking a page out of your book where it's like Star Wars and then movie icons for me. So that would be Jungle Hunter. You know, this isn't quite the movie icon yet, as much as I love the film. I would pick this up if it was a Jungle Hunter. But for this one, I hate to say it, but I'd have to pass. And the quarter scale NECAs are fantastic too, so I'd love to see this in a quarter scale as well.
I might go that NECA route too, because I really want to photograph it too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Trevor, you would do amazing work with the NECA. Have you seen them in person?
Not in person, no.
They're so detailed. Yeah, take a look. They're great.
Okay.
And you raise a good point there as well. Realistically, I probably don't need two Predators. A lot of people are saying, like, I'm hearing discussions about, you know, what do you pair it with? I find myself thinking about that less and less and less. Like, especially
John Wick
showed you. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like, John Wick would look fine on his own, like, you know what I mean? So it's Donnie Yen would be like, it would look good together, but that's kind of a case that, like, okay, does it look good together? Justify you spending $300 and using up another bit of space? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but you've got the movie icons display, though, haven't you? So you sort of set it up for yourself there. You've got somewhere for it to go. Everyone knows who a Predator.
True. But the Predator, like, it would look. That's my point. It would look fine down there because they're kind of isolated. They can be from anything. Yeah, fine. I've got the DX-19 and INART Joker, and they're from the same movie, and I got that. But, you know, it's Batman and Joker. You know, it's fine. They're from the same movie, different characters. But you could probably have 8 different ones from 8 different movies if we wanted. Like, you'd have RoboCop, Terminator, Predator. You could have, you know, a Joker. You know, whatever. But I think if they did 2.0 to Jungle Hunter, then this could end up. I could end up selling it, and is that a good way of buying like a potentially $400 figure? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll work backwards and get the Jungle Hunter 2.0s, which will probably get cheaper now, I'd imagine, if people are shipping them on, you know. So yeah, I suppose you'd have to be happy that you like the design of this one. Yeah, but look, I really like the movie, so I think I'd get over it.
Here's where Jose says this would look great next to a Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give it another shot, Jose.
You know, X-Man Supreme in the chat, he said that there is a Wolverine versus Predator comic, and there is, and they're on issue 2 now. It is surprisingly good. Like, if you like Predator and Wolverine, it is surprisingly. They first encounter in like the late 1800s, and they've been having this battle now for over 100 years. It's really cool.
Huh. That is actually pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There
Acid
we go.
for Blood, great name. Hi Shane, panel and chat. Loved Prey, but not a fan of the Predator design. I don't. Man. This is another thing. Like, thanks very much for watching. I appreciate the comment as well. The design, is it that much different? Is it just the mask design? When people say design, like they all really. When you take those masks off, they are all ugly. You know the rest of the line. It's kind of the mask really, which is the defining difference between them. I know there's other things, there's little netting and stuff like that, but when I see it, I think the mask was one of the coolest things about the Jungle Hunter, and the mask is so organic and this is so different. That's definitely put me off at the start, but it just grew on me. So I'm wondering, when people say design, is a lot of that the mask itself? What do you think?
Yeah.
I
think so.
Mandibles. People criticize the mandibles as being too large. like almost too much of a horror monster, going further from the species of
love
predator
that.
that we know. But I mean, that's just what I've heard. I don't have a problem with it. I think it looks pretty cool, but
It's not something you put on your bedside table anyway. That's for
No.
sure.
no.
And lock the collection room door.
I like that they all look different. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
people look different. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know this. I mean, maybe somebody knows everything about this species, but I mean, like, you know,
It could
this
be a
could just
different
be,
like race of Yauta, you know?
yeah, or who knows? Yeah, it's got to be a big planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff. But so yeah, I'm in on this. Trevor, you sound like you're 75%. Phil is saying no. Jose, you said
Wait and
did
see.
you wait and see, and then Mike.
I'm probably a wait and I'm out at this point. I don't need it, but I could wait for a Jungle Hunter. But I want
No,
you
that's-
guys all to buy it so they make a Jungle Hunter. You know what I'm saying? I want the community to support
So
it.
we
right?
are the lemmings. We are the lemmings. Okay.
You gotta force push everyone else, right? Force push to the pre-order.
Yeah. All right, folks. So we're going to take a look at some figures from the graveyard here. Look, this is not an exhaustive list. I don't have every single figure that has been prototyped or teased, but when we say graveyard figure, quite simply, it's a figure that we've either seen a prototype of that has never made its way to announcement pre-order, or it was teased in some shape, way, or form via the social media, Instagram or some sort of social media, or cons and stuff like that. But we never actually had a chance to pre-order it. It's not an exhaustive list. I picked out some of the kind of highlights that got people a lot talking, and we're also going to take a look at the sideshow coming soon page, which is basically bullshit. It's lies. It's not coming soon. Like, do you know what I mean? So
Coming never.
yeah, okay, exactly. So right, yeah. So this was actually teased at some. It was teased a few years ago, I believe, at a con, and then it was teased recently. It looked fantastic, and it was actually teased after they'd put up an Instagram post. I think it was around the time where two other third-party companies were doing the Vulture. Was one of them Toy Zero and one of them like Eternal Toys or something
Eternal.
like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Total
one of them
Hot
was
Toys
True
Flex.
6 scale and one of them had smaller wings. And of course then you had Jazz Inc. And this on screen looks fantastic. This was taken from the more recent prototype image that we saw. I think it was maybe about a year ago. But the post was put up and I was thinking, yeah, there's a lot of like people saying, no, they're not going to do it. I was on team, yeah, I do think they are going to do it. Because it's the same as the 2022 Batmobile. It's a blatant post. We are doing this. Is one thing showing an N1 Starfighter at multiple conventions, but they didn't actually put up a post going, we're definitely doing this. But they have done that for 2022 Batmobile, and they have done that for the Vulture, but yet it's not happening. It doesn't seem to be happening.
My
What do you
thought
think?
on that was like they were doing that in order to keep people from maybe ordering a third party version and having those sort of flop on those companies. To me, that's what it felt like. I didn't think they were going to do it.
Was it a Walter White moment, like a Heisenberg, get out of my territory
Exactly.
type of thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say my name.
Yeah. Vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to gift that. Mike.
What do I think? This figure looks incredible. I mean, geez, I'm not a Spider-Man collector, but I imagine if I was, this would be a number one on my list.
Do you think it's going to arrive? Do you think it's going to get out of the graveyard? Or?
Do I think it's going to? Geez. On Sideshow, they say, like, this was shown in the 2018 Flora convention, and it's 2023, right? So I don't know the date on this one, but man, I don't know, Shane. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have a good answer for that one. I'm going to say no at this point.
Yeah, I'm
The
losing
wingspan is
faith in this.
insane.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be something though. You know the way sometimes you see like people like would say, Jazz Inc., will you make the Batwing? Jazz Inc., will you make an 89 Batmobile? Jazz Inc., will you make a Anakin Starfighter? But then when they come and do it, then they're not getting the pre-order numbers. For example, case in point, the Anakin Skywalker. And then like you see other people saying like, well, you know, why would they make things if people aren't actually pre-ordering? I totally get that. Like, I'm looking at this now going, it's pretty damn cool, but I'm not crying out for it. I more than likely wouldn't get it. This is like, so when I'm saying like, do you think it's coming or not? Like, I either do think it's coming or I don't think it's coming. It's not because I want to buy it. Like it's, I know my limits. Again, it's kind of like, this thing is huge. I more than likely wouldn't pick it up, but I would enjoy watching, you know, the reviews on it, and I would enjoy watching the community discussing. But like, yeah. Does anyone here like really
context.
like? Yeah, go on.
I just asked a question for context.
Yeah.
So the Wolverine Days of Future Past figure, didn't that come out of nowhere?
Yeah,
Yeah.
did. So did the RoboCop 3, out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah,
So, I mean, they're so unpredictable.
It's Wolverine, though. I think this ship has sailed for this character and this figure. I don't know.
But this, again, just when you think you've figured out, you got to remind yourselves that this company released Pennywise at Christmas.
Christmas.
That's why I have mine out. I'm putting up a Christmas decorations.
Yeah, that's it. And there you go. Oh, you just like produced that out of nowhere.
Yeah, I like
just
to keep them all
hold
around.
Pennywise in all streams. Yeah. So another one then they had so this I was team this is never happening right from the start. But did anyone
I saw this at ST.
think? Oh, you saw the real deal? They're like what, 6
Yeah, we saw it. We were like shocked. We were like, oh no, not the. You know, no, I didn't see this one. No, I didn't see this one. No, sorry.
Which one did you see?
I saw the
The
Anakin Starfighter.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Anakin
right,
Starfighter.
yeah,
But I had a
yeah.
friend who saw this, and he sent me a picture of it, and I was conflating the 2 So yeah.
Yeah, this is like I was Team Mario all the way. His beard was always safe. I don't think this is. I
was Team
never.
Mario
You go back
too,
to your
yep.
live streams. I don't ever think that this is actually going to be made. Like, but I also say I want to be wrong. Like, I'll deal with the. You said this wasn't going to come out. Yeah, big deal. I was wrong. Who cares?
Yeah, but do you think that Jazz Inc. just
Would you buy
submitted this never coming out?
No, I would not buy it. Where am I going to put this?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
like,
mean.
not a chance.
Massive.
I would want this to come out just so I could see it, ogle it, see the price on it, see the shipping price on it, you know, like just basically live vicariously through everyone else. But I had no intention of getting this, not a chance.
This is nuts.
But you know, there's people out there that would get this. There's about 7, I'd say. Like, I mean, no one on the panel would get this, I'm guessing. Is anyone actually crazy enough to get this? And if they did,
No.
I think you need a huge basement and be earning 6 figures. Like, it's, do you know what I mean? It's but
It hasn't got enough seats for all the Grogos I got either.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you know, you're gonna have to attach them on the wings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This would be a bit more manageable, but I think this is destined to remain in the graveyard. So I presume, okay, we seem all in agreement that this is probably going to stay in the graveyard. Would that be okay? Yeah. What about this? Is this staying in the graveyard?
Dead.
What about this?
Mm-hmm.
You think dead as well? Yeah.
I could see them coming out. I mean, this isn't.
It's a
that-
possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a pleasant surprise. Again, though, I'm not even sure if I'd get this. Like, as in,
Really?
I okay. There's more of a chance of getting this than bloody anyone. Now. There is. Let's be clear on that. Like, this would be somewhat doable, but I think this is dead as well.
That would complement your Batmobile really nicely, though. You know
That
what
would
I
be
mean?
an easy third-party build. You know what I mean? You could.
Or that,
you could
yeah.
totally- I could see somebody making that.
What the hell is going on here?
Hawkeye. Damn it, Hawkeye. These poses are terrible.
Strange. This is bloody strange, isn't it?
That one makes no sense. How do you not
No sense.
create this character?
I wanted this Hawkeye so bad. I want a purple Hawkeye. Like, again, I have an Avengers collection that's like my favorite outfits that are more comic related, and this is what I wanted. And I know, Jose, you have the same thing, and it's like, this is the Hawkeye I wanted. And
Yeah.
I could get it, I guess.
Unfortunate. And at this point, it does look like it might remain in the graveyard because it's like she came and went already. So,
It's dead.
I mean,
Yeah.
Just going to take a little pause on what we're doing here now. JC, so great show. Are you picking up Hot Toys Wolverine 1973. I think that's worth having a chat around the panel. So, well, Mike, you named your son. Can I say the name? Is that all right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
Logan.
name is
So
Yeah.
you're all in on that.
All
Jose, I'm guessing you're interested in this one as well. Would that be correct, or am I right or wrong?
Maybe. I do want to see the Deadpool 3 yellow suit version. I have the Days of
Yeah.
Future Past. I have the original from a few years back. So I have that one, and that one's been keeping it warm for now. But I mean, I do like the jacket look with the real
head
leather
sculpt.
jacket and the base and the head sculpt. And the head sculpt, I think, is better than the one that came out, the one I have now. So it's tempting, you know, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's from the best, I think, X-Men movie to date. I thought it was amazing. And even if you're going back, as much as I didn't like the original X-Men trilogy from the probably from the early noughties at this stage, I really thought Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, just it carried them. I watched them for him. I thought he did a great job. I know he's taller than Wolverine from the comics and stuff like that, but I just thought he did. The what he put his body through to get into that shape, and then how he played that kind of angry asshole. It's like the guy that you loved. He was an asshole, but you liked him, and he's just you know that like he's rough around the edge, but he does still care about his friends and stuff like that. I thought I really liked that. And this would walk right into the movie icons display. I haven't PO'd it yet, but I think it's happening. Phil?
If it came with a swap out adamantium blades, yes.
Very good point.
I had that argument as well, Phil, and I actually went online to see if I could. There are a number of sellers just selling the hands with the blades, so you could swap them.
Good stuff. That would be that's everyone's going to be wanting those third party swap outs. And Trevor,
pre-ordered. Well, a while ago. Yeah.
All right.
good stuff.
Totally.
Okay,
Love this thing.
great
It looks
question
great.
there,
Did you go to
JC.
the base and all
Good
that?
stuff.
Yep, I got the base, the deluxe version. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Stuff. I think this looks cool. I would definitely not get it, but like people were mad hyped for this when it was shown because they had it. Haven't they done like they did the Captain Skinny Captain America? What do they call him?
Steve Rogers.
The one with the
Steve Rogers and the
just Steve Rogers. Yeah, Steve Rogers. Okay, and they did the what's the machine
Captain
that comes?
Britain.
I've watched this.
Oh god, it's called Jesus.
The huge plastic thing.
Yeah.
You know the thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name. Someone in the chat will let us know. But
Hydra Stomper.
the Hydra
Hydra
Stomper. There you go.
yeah.
Thank
Yep,
you.
yep,
Good
yep.
stuff. And did they do anything else from that? Did it Captain Carter?
Captain Carter.
They the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, was that part of?
Yep.
Was that
Zombie Hunter
Is
Spider-Man
there
was part
anything
of
else
it.
they did?
Yep.
So this is
They
kind of
teased-
like Star-Lord
they
meets
teased
T'Chaka
more.
from the What If season. I thought the What
Yep.
If show was a cool concept though, and I did enjoy it, but I was just
It was
not
good.
connecting the line with it. Yeah. So this is what you reckon, Graveyard, folks?
Oh, Infinity Ultron. That's right. Yeah. Infinity
Yeah,
Ultron. Good call.
Graveyard.
The
that's
Ultron,
right.
yeah. This is
Graveyard.
staying in the graveyard. Okay.
Yeah. That's dead.
So they gave us CrossFit, Bruce Wayne, and the Dark Knight Rises armory, but they didn't give us Kane Wayne because this guy does actually come with a cane. Which would you rather? CrossFit? I know, Mike, you've got that avatar. You have those calves in your avatar, so you're probably going CrossFit Bruce Wayne.
I'm in on that one, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? Eventually, INART are going to get shit together and they're going to put out the DX19 style Batman. They said they're going to do it. I have a feeling they're going to do that as a 2-pack with the Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And if I was going to get one, if Joel was watching on the replay, he knows I don't collect civilian characters. But for the Christian Bale Bruce Wayne from the Dark Knight, that's if it's made by INART and done correctly, that's where I'd probably make the exception there. And
Yeah, that's going to be a beautiful suit.
Yeah, this suit doesn't really float my boat to fit in it. It's just not.
This isn't up to their
particularly great.
standards these days. This is not great.
No.
Very
you just
oversized.
complimented the.
I think he's wearing
you
his
complimented the
dad's coat.
the John Wick.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
you know what though? What I noticed when you do watch the Dark Knight trilogy back again, his suits are not ill-fitted, but they're not like that kind of skinny fit that we're kind of used to, slim fit like we're used to now. Like John Wick's suits are definitely a bit more fitted, or like say Daniel Craig in like Skyfall or something like that.
Yeah.
The style has changed. They're not baggy,
Yes.
but they're
Right.
not as fit.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah. So I think this is Graveyard then. This one here.
I think this is coming.
This is happening
think so?
tomorrow. It's happening. It's coming. They're going to announce it by Friday.
Oh, you know people. You know people.
Please.
Yeah, you got people. Yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
wishful thinking.
Probably half the price of the Jazz Inc. if it does
Yeah.
arrive as well.
Yeah.
Bloody cool though. I actually like this promotional image of it. I think it's so
Yeah.
simple but bloody cool.
I still think this is going to happen. I don't know.
I think this is going to
I don't
happen.
know what's
too.
going on with this movie. Like, I still don't understand. I've never heard an explanation from anyone as to why we don't have a Chloe Catwoman. At the very least, if not, Riddler. Like, what happened here? Like, what happened with this movie? I know it's a DC thing. Is it like? Is there some sort of?
I don't know. But they've released characters.
Brutish reason they're not doing her, or
McFarlane
the
released
Riddler?
everything from it.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
not
With likenesses,
like-
like it's not a
Yeah.
likeness issue apparently.
And it's
weird.
not
I
a
don't
rating.
know
It's
what-
not
I
an
don't know
R
what it is.
rating issue where they're concerned
Yeah.
about the. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
think any
they did
sculptor in their
Batman.
right mind would look at Zoe Kravitz and go, I do not have the skill set to replicate this level of pure beauty. I don't
God,
think she's a
you do
human. I think she was grown in a lab from sugar and spice and all things nice. She is a very, how do I describe this? She's a very fortunate arrangement of genetic material. She is just perfect. She's beautiful. I do not think that they would be able to get her likeness right.
I will take a close approximation. I would be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
better than Kivit Girl or Civet Girl or whatever the hell that thing was. That didn't even qualify
Oh,
as
God.
human looking. That was terrible looking.
Yeah,
so,
no.
It's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
pickup line too, Shane. If you ever meet her, just tell her all that. And
I'm a very happy man, and yeah.
As they're
don't
pulling
need-
you
I don't-
away, you can just continue.
I don't need a restraining order, So yeah. So I could see myself getting a Hot Toys 22 Batmobile just to take outside and play in the dirt while my nice Jazz Inc. Man,
whoa.
I wish I had X-Men Supreme money.
Yeah.
But I've heard people saying, they could. People can you put like a motor in these or something like that? I wouldn't do that and drive it around. But yeah, I think I with the 89, I went with the Hot Toys one. It was a price thing at the end of the day. I do think the Jazz Inc. one probably be more accurate, probably a bit better as well. But yeah, so it's I suppose just budget and stuff like that. So do we have anything else? Oh, this guy, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This was kind of one of the classic graveyards, isn't it?
killing me. I want this figure so bad.
Yeah.
I
great
mean,
movie, great character, very cool
dead.
looking with that huge gun, like a heavy Mando.
I don't know.
Every time I see this actor, I think about that one moment on stage when he spoiled the movie about them dying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Because I think
He's
it was
like, yeah,
so-
But
when
in
this
his
guy
defense,
he did not speak English.
well, I was thinking more like if you knew anything about the setup, it's pre A New Hope, and you might
Yeah.
have been able to put two and two together there. But yeah, I suppose he should have not
Yeah.
done that. But yeah.
Man, I wish they would do this. I'm just hoping. How long has it been since Rogue One came out?
2016.
So we got 2 more years for even the 10th anniversary.
Okay, so we're just going to switch into like this is look. I just picked out some ones that are kind of a lot of people talk about from the graveyard. But if you look at this, just in case there's any people who are new to the hobby here and are new to Sideshow here. So if you go into Sideshow, just click Hot Toys and then click Shop. Oh, damn! No, don't click Bo-Katan. Interesting. We can see. Oh my God, Shane! Try this again with the gloves off. Click Hot Toys. we see Indiana Jones is actually there now, up for pre-order, confirmed. And you click coming soon. If anyone is new to the hobby and new to Sideshow, that does not mean they're coming soon. They should take these away. They're not coming soon. They're definitely top. So
that Snowtrooper is definitely coming. He's definitely they're not going to leave that one out.
So this is complete sarcasm, I'm guessing, on your part. So
yeah.
I'd imagine that's dead in the water. I'd imagine Jedi Starfighter's dead in the water unless you're going Jazz Inc. or 419. Can't see that happening. What about the battle droid? They've made the Geonosis ones. Wouldn't it make sense that they do some of these for like maybe an episode anniversary or something?
Yeah, that's coming. That's definitely.
That's coming.
I think that's happening.
They'll reuse that for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Clone Trooper 6-scale figure. They've kind of done a lot of other Clone Troopers. What is this from? The Clone Wars? Would be, wouldn't it? Or no, this is probably from episode 2 or 3. 3?
I don't know.
Well, so they didn't have that helmet in episode 2 yet. So they were still on
like
phase
Clone
1.
Wars.
So it might be from episode 3, maybe an anniversary or something, but it could also be Clone Wars. But they're making these in such limited quantities nowadays. Like Commander Fox is already sold out. So, I could see this one coming. But
actually, it reminds me, I am Troopers, like, that I do want that Dewback Trooper with the pauldron. There's just a trooper on its own. And the Clone Pilot, even though it's like waitlist in Sideshow, there's like 1/6 kit and Lion Rock still have them, and they're dropping the prices. There's some good deals in them. Like that Clone Pilot is one that really caught my eye, and which is unusual because Jose, it is a prequels figure. So
what?
Yeah. I have
and he comes with the Clone Wars helmet too, so he's got some very change it up.
Yeah. I just think that is just a bloody beautiful trooper right there. But it wouldn't look out of place here now. Kid Fisto, Graveyard.
That's my number one, though. I hope they come out within this Graveyard list. Yeah.
Do you know what? We'll just scroll down through here, and anyone free to shout out, chime in when you see something that you think might actually go up for pre-order.
That's a whole roll of dead right there. That row.
Mm-hmm. That Spider-Man's coming.
The black suit
eventually.
is coming. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Isn't that already up for pre-order? Just not on Sideshow. Would that be right?
Well, other places I'm thinking like 1/6 Fix and
1/6 Fix. Marco's selling them.
Yeah, he sells them too.
Yeah.
1/6 kit.
Yeah, 1/6 kit. So basically, it's up for pre-order from the Hong Kong resellers and stuff, but not from Sideshow. Would that be right? That's unusual.
I think a 6-scale Mark II.
Quarter scale? That's, 6-scale Mark II, probably more of a chance of arriving now that you have the 6-scale Mark III than this quarter scale Mark II. Captain America, that just from the shoulders there, that kind of looks like just the team suit Tony with the end game.
That team suit. I thought that team suit was such a bad idea from the beginning, but I knew people who wanted them, so I don't know. What do I know?
And they could have made easy money with that if that's the same body as Tony.
Yeah.
It's like, now this is unusual, right? You've got the Mandalorian and Grogu 6-scale figure, and they're in the cockpit of the N1 Starfighter, which suggests that they've actually gone ahead and made a Mandalorian that could fit in there. And a Grogu was easy, but Mandalorian maybe a bit better, I don't know, articulation or something. And then they've got the N1 there. Like that kind of thing is the kind of little breadcrumbs that you're like going, okay, is it a possibility? But I don't think it is now. But the Pit Droid and BD-72.
Well, they made that.
That's didn't they? Is that part of the R5D4 kit? Would that be right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep. So they actually did something. Black and gold. Deal. That's quarter scale. That's not happening, surely. No. The computer. I think we have mixed opinions here, do we? What about this row here?
Possible.
No.
Quarter scale integrated suit. Did they just list the Iron Man Mark II quarter scale twice?
Yep.
Iron Man Mark II quarter scale. Who's running this show? Yeah,
I know. Somebody who's in charge of this section is not doing a very good job.
Yeah, they should just get rid of this quarter scale figure. That's just the upgraded suit. Oh, there's so many quarter scales that are not happening. Hawkeye, I don't even know it is.
Hawkeye. Damn it.
And the dioramas, you can forget it. And this Nightwing 6 scale, this has been here since Christ was a boy. Like this is like this has been here for. In fairness, like yeah.
Baron Zemo, I can't believe that didn't happen, man.
That would have been easy money if they capitalized on
that's a
the
shocker.
hype there, you know. So yeah, so they're the graveyard.
Diorama's
figures.
pretty nice. Somebody's made that, something
Yeah.
like that, though, third party.
Yeah. Was it Brian makes dioramas, or did
It might be.
yeah. Mike Fella's chiming in there saying, "Aren't these Cody's troops? They kind of do look like them. They're orange. Would that be? Yeah."
Yes. Yeah.
Judy says Fisto is coming. Can't tell if that's sarcasm or not. This is definitely sarcasm. Shiny. Most of his comments tend to be sarcasm, in fairness. Yeah, so it's not happening.
I think Kid Fisto could happen at some point.
Yeah. That's a wrap. I mean, with a mask on, do you even need a license to make that Zemo? Fair point. Fair point.
Really.
So I think we're more or less done there, gentlemen. Thanks very much for giving up your time to come on and chat figures. Really enjoyed that episode. Massive thank you to anyone who is watching currently live or has dropped in live to make a comment or like or subscribe or check out the channel. If you're watching the replay, greatly appreciate it. And again, as usual, massive shout out to all the channel members. Their support, ongoing support is very well appreciated. So anyone want to plug anything they're coming up or anything going on your channel, or if you're where can we find you? Just go around the table, maybe Mike.
Yeah, you can find me at Thrawn's _office on Instagram if you want to say hello. And then every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Hot Toys Hotline.
Good stuff. Thanks very much for joining us.
We're lurking around your house with that mask.
Yeah.
I will. Whenever you'll have me, I'll be here. When I'm not working, I'll be here with you guys. LWO, when they'll have me, when they need a backup Avenger on Friday nights. Ben on Sunday, now that he's back. So you were there with me yesterday here for me. Was it your morning or I don't know? I get confused with the time zones.
That was my evening. Yeah.
Your evening.
Yeah.
So Ben's show on Sundays. So I'll be roaming around. I'll be around. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully see you next week. And Trevor.
You can see me, catch me on 16_shooter on Instagram, 16shooter on YouTube. You joining us for the 16 pack this Friday, Shane?
This Friday, I have a troop on Saturday.
You don't tell me now.
Yeah, I have a troop on Saturday.
16 pack will be happening Friday too.
You is it Eastern time? What time is it? Your time?
9 p.m. Eastern. It's late, man.
9 p.m. Eastern. I might have to rain check that one, but I'll let you know anyway. I will let you know anyway.
No worries. It may or may not happen, actually. But yeah, thank you for
give us a heads up anyway. It's all up in the air. The Prince of Wales.
Hopefully, if the Mando Luke does get in the end of this week, there'll be some photographs up on my Instagram account, _Empire Strikes, not the Prince of Wales. But other than that, I'll just be checking out your guys' content, hopefully.
Excellent stuff. Thanks very much for joining us, folks. And I suppose that's pretty much it. I have nothing really planned on the channel. What day of the week? It's Monday. Yeah, just keeping the ear to the ground. I imagine we're going to get a John Wick announcement, official pre-order in the next few days. That's the way it's looking anyway. So, yeah, so nothing planned at the moment. Obviously, we'll be back here on the Hope Show next Monday. And in the meantime, just keeping an eye out for any kind of drops, announcements, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's it. And suppose we'll see you again, folks. Thanks for joining us. And we'll just lead out. So, here we go. All right. 1 second. It's just getting awkward now. Where's the outro? There we go. Bye.